Let's fucking go. Drama. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, hello.
Please don't die.
I'm gonna frantically eat bread now.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll take a minute for me to find your address for me to find the right authorities to call.
Oh, I have it. I can just send it to you if he dies.
Ugh.
That's fair.
Jeez.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tales from the Forgotten Troop. Finally, we're back.
Jukebox justice.
If you're enjoying what we're doing and would like to support the show, there are affiliate links everywhere. You can buy stuff and we get a little cut of it. You can donate to our coffee. You can buy our merch. You can, I don't know, DM us. Don't DM us. Join our Discord and then ask for PayPal. And then we can give you our PayPal. If you
find us on the street, you can give us cash.
Yes.
Do not approach me on the street.
Do not approach me on the street, please.
Approach me
I
in
am
person
armed.
and my dog will sick you.
If you approach me and I have Precious, she will lick you to death.
Oh no.
So,
It's very serious.
be prepared to have a little tongue shoved up your nose.
That's not a lie. It's happened to me.
Hey, I am always completely honest. But you can also follow us on social media or join our Discord to keep up with updates about the show, or just join in on the chaos that continues all the time.
It's this Discord.
It just never ends. It never stops. It's perpetual.
Mhm.
If you're watching the
Perpetual
VOD
chaos
on,
machine.
if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe so you get notified when new episodes get posted. But if you want, you can also join us live on Sundays, and for a limited time only, live on Thursdays. for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clockwork Chronicles Tales from the Loop miniseries. Super fun.
Which is also chaos, and I also no longer or don't have the brain cell in that group, so
It's fine.
And it's amazing.
Brain cell once on TFT, and after that it was like me and Bree, like we're just sharing it for that one game we played.
I was playing a meme character in a way.
Yeah, a meme girl.
What do you wear on Wednesdays?
Pink.
For Tori, leather.
fair. I approve.
But
A leather
now.
bustier.
we can
Hell yeah.
go around and have everyone introduce themselves and who they're playing, and I don't have an icebreaker because I haven't looked at these notes in a couple weeks.
Favorite color.
Sure, why not? Yeah, whoever wants to go first, or we could go around. I don't know. A favorite color is, I mean, in my mind, not like something you have to think super long and hard about, but you know,
Nope.
I don't know your life.
I'll go first.
Maybe you have some like,
Could always be least favorite color.
Ooh, least favorite color.
maybe you have some like color discourse in your life.
Color discourse. The most controversial color in your life.
Is this us personally or our characters?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm Tess. I play Sylvie, aka Valkyrie. I don't know if Sylvie likes blue, but she just likes shoving it into other people's lives. It's just kind of what's happened. Me personally, not a huge fan of yellow, which is sad because I look good in like jewel tone yellow, but like I don't like yellow.
We have 2 yellow haters in this group. I think it might be
Unless you're
talking about
counting me
Charlie.
in that, you can say 3.
Your whole background's got like gold and yellow.
It might be time for the return of the yellow hater tag.
You can assign it. Just throw it on the bottom so it doesn't affect any permissions.
So
Why
I
is
will
this-
also. Oh, sorry.
Why is this turned prophetic? I was about to say Joe's favorite color is yellow.
Of course it is.
I will also say my girlfriend absolutely hates the color pink, but has come to associate the color pink with me. So she is very
Aw.
conflicted about it.
Oh,
That's so cute.
It is cute.
I love you, but I hate it. But I love you, but I hate it.
You can redeem it. I know you can do it, Tess.
Give
I will
Pink the
try.
redemption arc it deserves.
The pink redemption arc it deserves.
The Pink redemption arc.
I've kind of already
Yes.
started here, so I guess I'll take next slot here. Hello, everyone. I am Mr. Crow, alternatively just Crow, and I will be playing again, after so long, Joe Hatathley, aka Watchdog. And as I said, well, I think if you asked him, Joe would say his favorite color is red, but I think his actual favorite color is yellow.
Red is your controversial color because you lie that you like that one best.
As for me personally,
moving on.
I've kind of been going through like a weird color preference phase lately, actually. I have like 3 favorite colors currently, and it sort of vacillates depending upon the day. Like, I like really deep blue, really deep green, and like a nice silver. I will say my least favorite color is lime green, because there are so many lime green vehicles in my area, and they all look hideous.
You would have hated the first car I had.
Ugh.
My
Worst
first car
color
was
for-
red, like the watchdog red.
Mine was
There you go.
purple.
My first car was red too.
It was like
I
a really
liked that
dark
car
purple.
until it got totaled.
Yeah, same. Same seas.
Thanks to the person who turned left in front of me.
Mine didn't get totaled. We sold it eventually.
I was just broke. I am Brianna. I play Cynthia Evans, otherwise known as Echo. And Cynthia's favorite color? Purple. Dark purple, probably. One that's pretty close to black. Probably she works with it. At least, I don't think she really has a least favorite color. Maybe like
Yellow.
white. I
White.
think. Because I think her parents are in the Kim
White House
Kardashian
phase.
philosophy of house decoration, perhaps.
So boring.
For me personally,
Gross.
my least favorite color is yellow. This is true. I don't look good in it. I don't like it. It's too bright, and it makes me unhappy.
So when I bought my house, the guest bedroom was painted bright fucking yellow. Like
I would have constant headaches.
just like
I would rather
boom,
die.
punch you in the face, yellow. And I was like, oh, this isn't no for me. Painted that quickly beige. I was like, nope.
Yes.
Like, make this the most boring fucking color ever now. Just out of spite.
Oh my god.
Paints the bathroom gold, like metallic gold, but the bedroom is now beige because no.
I think overall my favorite color is probably like burgundy. But
that's
most of my closet is black because it goes with everything, including itself.
My
Matches my
Halloween
soul.
costume color is a nice like burgundy deep red.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Nice.
Mine's purple.
I have yet to decide that what my Halloween costume is.
Not
I
thinking about it.
same. I'm in
Mine is
Tessa's
slowly
boat. I'm
coming
gonna
together.
like panic the week before Halloween and then I'll figure it out.
I think I know what I want to do, but I don't know if it's in my size.
See, I at least have years worth of cosplay to dig upon.
Yeah,
Oh,
same.
when I get to
same.
that
Yeah.
point. So
Same.
If I had thought of it earlier, I probably would have gone the route of making my own costume, but I was like, I don't know if I can learn how to sew something that I would like and would fit what I'm going for in like a month and a half.
also the amount of
Yeah.
spoons sewing requires.
It's so,
So
many
many
spoons.
spoons.
Fabric shopping and just like looking over designs. Oh my god.
And then even just cutting it and then pinning it, and once you've got it pinned, you're just like, all right, that's all the spoons I've got for sewing for the next year.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
That's why half of my
Sewing machine's
cosplays are
broken
like
right now.
thrifted.
I am planning some alterations to what I do have, but those will be a lot easier and more like minimal. Just like adjusting the fit slightly so it's a little more clean.
Mm-hmm. There's a place at the mall that will do it for $20, Charlie,
Ooh.
just in case you wanted to know.
Maybe. Maybe. It's really
Now I
just
can
in the
see those gears
sleeves.
turning.
Like the sleeves are the problem.
Oh, yeah, I've perpetually got too long of sleeves. You can't really tell because I wear black and it's whatever, but yeah.
It's void.
Short
Yeah.
arm.
One with the void.
Yeah, I am the void.
Maria, have you gone?
No, I'm Maria. I play Elena, aka Easy Living. My favorite color is a shade of green, like a dark green or maybe a mint green. My least favorite color is yellow, but pastel yellow is acceptable because that's the color of my bathroom, and I'm too lazy to change the color, so I've just grown used to it. And Elena's favorite color is probably like a peachy orange.
I feel like
that.
pastels in general are just like
Better.
more comforting. They're soft.
Yeah, I love pastel. Like, I don't think I dislike any of the colors that are pastel.
I won't wear them, but I like them.
Yeah.
I like them in certain contexts.
Yeah.
I have like a
my
Pinterest board
cotton
that's full
candy.
of just like pastel clothes. I want more pastel sweaters because I want to be like
I like neons
Not pastel
over
sweaters.
pastels right now. I'm like in a neon phase where I want to wear neons all in black. Neon and black. That's
perfect for mini golfing.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Basically, yes.
Blacklight mini golf.
What are you, a cyberpunk character?
Yes.
Neons and black.
Have you met me? Yes.
The answer is yes.
So
I don't think
I'm-
Jenna's actually introduced herself. We just talked
Yep.
about not liking yellow.
Yep. I'm Jenna. I play Roxy DeMarco, aka Calamity. And Calamity is gonna say, my favorite color is looks at whatever girlfriend is closest to her.
My
Roll
favorite
a
color is
die.
girlfriend.
my favorite color is rainbow.
Elena is the closest, so Elena's eyes are golden, so golden is her favorite color right
I love
now.
this
If you
one.
ask her in 10 minutes when she's closer to Cynthia, she'll probably say green. And if you ask her when she's closer to Sylvie, she'll probably say pink. But because she's a simp. Anyways, Jen's favorite color is, I don't know if I have a favorite color, but probably purple is like purple and like magenta are like in my favorite color, but I actually look really good in pastel yellow and actually like a fall yellow, but I don't like middle yellow, but like orange is the one that I don't like the bright orange. Like for Halloween, you won't
Graphic cone
be
orange.
wearing orange. Like,
So no
although maybe at the break I'll put my hair up so you guys can see. I did let them put a little orange in my hair on my undercut.
Yeah.
I might have a Halloween undercut with she put a pumpkin on there.
Oh.
Oh, I love this.
Yes. She's like, can I shave a pumpkin in your undercut and dye it orange? And I said, Sure.
Absolutely. Why not?
I said, go for it. I don't look at my undercut. I don't care.
All right. So, previously on Jukebox Justice, many weeks ago, the team didn't get very good answers as to what Tremors. God, remember Tremor? Tremors.
Tremor. Yeah, we
Oh,
forgot
yeah,
about
Mr.
him
Rock.
in a cage. It's a problem.
Yeah, Fair Rock.
The team didn't get very good answers as to what Tremor's motivations were in attacking downtown around City Hall. And until they could come to a good decision on what to do, they brought him to one of the warehouses Cynthia had around town and locked him up for a bit with some food, of course, because they aren't
We're civilized,
What's-
thank you.
yes. I was like, what is
Mostly
the word?
civilized. Sort of housebroken.
Sylvie immediately took off with Elena in pursuit back to the penthouse, where Sylvie went through the portal in her room to go to the Fey realm. There, she met Leo to talk about the job Sylvie wanted to recruit them for. Leo's price for all of that was to have Sylvie recruit the team's souls for the hunt, which she did agree to do.
Yeah.
And made a Fey blood pact, because there's no way that could go wrong.
It's fine.
When Sylvie got back, she explained the situation to Elena, who retreated to her room under the guise of being tired, but then left through the bedroom window to go to the estate. Meanwhile, Joe asked Roxy for some of her time to talk about the situation with Henry, and they discussed what he did wrong and what he was sorry for. But things didn't end too well when Roxy suggested sitting down with some ice cream and sad movies for comfort, causing Joe to walk off in a huff. After leaving the warehouse, Joe found himself in a park where he caught Henry's scent. He didn't follow her, though, and instead went to the library to write her a letter, which he had the dorm mom deliver to her. So,
He didn't like Roxy's advice, but he sure did take it.
start of the session at a team to the pool. We have 15.
15.
Let's get some music going. Drama.
Hi. Hello.
Let's pick up with Elena. You are flying to the small estate.
Yes.
What do you do when you get there?
I'm sure she has her own set of keys. So she
yeah.
enters, makes herself a cup of tea, writes a note on like the notepad by the telephone, kind of for messages. Takes her tea to her room.
What do you write on the note? Just that you're home?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's home. Sylvia is staying in town.
Okay.
But we're both safe after all the hullabaloo downtown.
Okay. I'm just going to sit in your room and drink tea.
Yeah, I'm assuming everybody's asleep. So she, as quietly as she can, just sit and think.
That's probably
Valid.
kind of like just getting into the evening, so it's not.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
The events downtown happened like late afternoon.
Time means nothing to me.
I mean, it's been a while, so
It really doesn't mean anything.
If people
there-
are awake, she'll say hi, but
I think you probably come in and
change in the
Bertram.
garage or something.
Bertram probably offers to make you a cup of tea. Would you let him or just go about
Yeah.
things? Okay. Gosh, I have forgotten all names.
Not the mother's name.
What? Not
only-
Bertram's. No,
It's only Bertram.
Your stepdad's name Jim.
Yes.
Okay, I was like, that sounds
Damn
way
it,
too
Jim.
plain.
No.
Because I remember Natalie. So I think Jim is probably reading the newspaper and listening to the radio and in the living room. And like won't try and stop you, but will if you want to head past, but we'll
She'll
wave at
say
you.
hi. Yeah.
Okay. Probably say how are things, Elena?
Oh, they're good. Things are crazy downtown sometimes, you know? Did you hear on the radio?
I did. I heard about the attack from someone. There were some buildings that collapsed. It was very concerning, but well, part of living in Halcyon, as we've learned over the years. These
Some
things
risks.
kind of just there's some risks, and these things kind of just happen. We, we're strong. We'll deal with it, clean up, move on.
Yeah, rebuild. Is at this point is kind of part of life here.
Yeah. You weren't anywhere near what happened, were you?
No, the penthouse isn't anywhere near there.
I mean,
Maybe I don't know where the penthouse is.
The penthouse might not be, but you never know when you could be out shopping or enjoying some dinner on the square.
No, we were not near there today. It's taking a nice, relaxing day. Learning a lot about plants lately.
Sounds like a nice pastime, a good hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Are you interested in helping the gardeners or setting up your own little corner?
Oh,
the garden?
maybe. I know Sylvie loves the plants.
That's true. Spend a lot of time out there, and the the caretaker of the lawn has said great things about the quality of the plants with her help. Why, I think next year when the home and garden show comes around, we might be up for first prize again.
I would be surprised if we didn't win.
You and me both, but you know how the Thompsons are always trying to one-up us. They haven't yet.
They don't have the right touch with the roses.
No. Maybe they could, I don't know, try some daisies or something. But they certainly won't stand up to us. And he kind of like flicks the newspaper and just like sits up a little tall, very
snaps at the paper.
Very proud.
That's fucking. There's dead bodies in the yard.
The secret is in the fertilizer.
She'll give him a little kiss on the forehead or side of his head, whatever isn't obscuring the newspaper, and go off to find Natalie.
Okay. She's in her little studio, working on some new designs. There's a dress form that has the pieces of what seems to be a suit coming together. So, yeah, you can head inside, and she looks up from what she's doing and says, "Oh, Elena! Wasn't expecting you this evening. What do you want to come have a seat?"
Yeah.
So, I heard what happened today.
On the radio.
Yes. Quite the scene.
Things are getting a little crazy with the announcement of that man's list and everything.
Terrible, honestly. That John Evans, I don't know where he gets the gall to do these kinds of things, but I am ready to just about march down to his office and give him a piece of my mind.
Do it.
Not a bad idea. You should hear from all of the concerned citizens, no matter which side.
There's plenty to be concerned about. I mean, a registry, really. I don't know why he thinks that's going to curb superhero activity or villains.
I don't even think it will happen. Most people aren't even going to bother.
Maybe not, but I'm sure they're going to enjoy using it as an excuse to arrest anyone for participating in illegal superhero activity, as they certainly choose to call it.
When we had our... She explained what happened when they were being weird to Natalie, right?
Yes.
Okay. When we had our weird disappearance, do you remember who I asked you to go find?
Yes, you were very concerned about your mother and father.
Ja, but meine Mutter ist kaputt. What was the Namen I gave you?
Don't mind me just forgetting everything. Hang on.
And did you find anyone? Hattie. No, not Hattie. You're perfect. Sorry.
The name, the person you asked me to look for was Jürgen Diedrich. And haven't. I've heard some whisperings of someone, of a scientist by the name of Jurgen, but I haven't been able to successfully contact him.
Okay.
Would
It
you like
wouldn't
me
be.
to keep pursuing that lead?
I can when I have times. That wouldn't be weird, I guess. For you, is that weird to find your kid's parents?
She gets this gentle smile on her face and says, I am here to support you in your needs and wishes, and if this is someone that you want to meet, then I'm going to bark like a dog.
Precious agrees.
I'm yeah.
Precious is a stan.
Yeah. Then I'm certainly not going to stand in the way. I will help where I can.
Then, yeah, I think I would like to meet him. It's been 19. She's 19, right? It's not even in my notes anywhere. No, it's not. Why would it be? Yeah, I spent my whole life. I've never. I think meeting him at least once would be the least I could do, or the least he could do.
Okay. I can keep trying to make contact. He seems, from what I can tell, a bit of a shut-in, but
That makes sense from the
some of those
letters.
scientist types are just like that.
Yeah, that is what Muti had said about him. He didn't go out much. Like to stick to whatever it was he was studying.
Perhaps I could entice him with a research grant.
Yeah, maybe.
May have to write a proposal to submit to his office on Monday.
Sounds very sneaky and underhanded.
I know, I'm just so daring, aren't I?
You'll have to go in disguise so nobody recognizes.
I'll need the biggest, floppiest hat. No one will recognize me.
Huge hat.
And a trench coat. Trench coat and floppy hat. It's flawless. Everything else going okay?
Yeah, the whole thing today was very stressful. So all of the news and then we're still adjusting to coming home and everything. I think today probably head out back into town tomorrow, but I think for tonight I'm going to stay here. Just kind of decompress.
Well, if there's anything that I can do to help or support you, just let me know. Or Jim, or Bertram.
I will.
I think at that there is a knock on the door, and Bertram actually comes in with a tray of tea.
Nice.
And
Clutch.
sets it down, and there's even some nice little tea sandwiches as well. And some cookies. But if you have already finished your cup, he will refill it or take it if you're finished.
She'll have some tea and sandwiches. I don't think she's had anything besides Fae food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and those cookies from Mama DeMarco's that she didn't share with anybody.
And I love that for her.
So she'll just stay, chat, add input to how many sparkles and sequins that the suits need.
There's one that's much more muted, and there is absolutely one that is all sparkles, a la the Golden Girls drag show. Jenna, I went to.
Nice.
Inventing disco early, I see.
Yes.
Yes.
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
No. You want to be totally noticeable when you're superheroing. Subtlety, we don't know her.
The entire point is so Sylvie can blind people with her own glitter. It's fine.
Even though she could just do that with a handful of glitter.
Right.
She'll stay in for the night. Just decompress.
Okay. Meanwhile, I believe Cynthia and Roxy were going back to the penthouse.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. And then Joe was just kind of like wandering the streets, right?
Yep.
Joe was headed back to the penthouse, but at a very slow pace because he's just embroiled in the mental storm currently.
And he was heading back from the university, right?
Yep.
Correct.
From the dorms. Okay.
Cynthia, we gotta get some peanut butter ice cream on the way home.
Why?
Just trust me.
Okay. Sure. We're in costume.
It's fine. I gotta go everywhere in costume now.
The next tabloid line.
And
Calamity
it's good
likes
for
peanut
us to
butter
be
ice
seen
cream.
amongst the people doing regular people things so that they don't feel like there's an us and them dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Like we should probably mow a lawn in costumes and things like that, you know, so that they just
Help an old lady across the street. Rescue a
yeah,
cat
help an
from a
old lady
tree.
across the street. You know,
Yeah.
go to the bar, play darts, maybe not use your telephone or your telekinesis.
I appreciate you using the right term for it.
Yeah.
If it pleases you. The work I do is often easier when people don't know who I am.
That's
what I do.
true, but that's why we got costumes on, so they don't know who we are.
I mean that on both fronts. There's a reason I don't often talk to the press.
Oh, okay. Well, I can be our press person.
You are hard to miss, and I mean that as a compliment.
What?
You're hard to miss.
That's true. It is true. I'm small, but I have presence.
Got a big personality.
Yeah.
And you could lift a tank. You know.
That's true, you know, and that's not very discreet, so.
It's hot though.
Aw, thank you. To be fair, you can lift stuff with your telekinesis too, which is pretty cool.
It looks less pretty, but
Aw, well, I think you and Elena looked very pretty holding the buildings that I crushed up. Thank you for that, by the way.
no, I'll take it.
How you doing though with everything with your pa and you know?
I'm not surprised. Just real fucking pissed off.
That's fair. I think that's really a valid way to feel about it. You know, I feel like you're probably not really surprised at anything he does anymore. That's kind of shitty. You know.
I think it's a strategy that'll work for his goals and be absolutely horrible for the city. I'm reassured that people are standing up.
It does feel nice to have some backing from the people.
But it maneuvers circumstances in the city towards becoming something of a powder keg.
Yep.
All of our enemies, most of our enemies, are super powered. All of us are super powered. It reminds people that for as much as we're the same, we're also different.
It's true.
Fear is a powerful motivator, but hopefully people like Henry,
Yeah, because she's totally normal.
do I know that Calamity knows that that's not true?
Joe did just tell her
Yeah.
while you were in earshot.
Oh, okay.
Like literally, like maybe less than an hour ago.
Okay,
at this point.
sorry. It has been like a while since we've
Yeah,
played.
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, but I also know that Cynthia would have been trying to tune out that conversation since it wasn't her business. So I don't know. If
Yeah,
she
I don't know.
actively
I
been
didn't know if
listening the whole
Cynthia knew
time.
or not. So Calamity's just trying to be like non-discreet like she knew.
Could I try for a pierce the mask on that one then?
Sure.
I would be disappointed if you didn't.
If I remember correctly, you did know beforehand, though.
Yeah, no, Cynthia knows.
Yeah.
Cynthia's known before we started playing.
Yep.
Yeah. Cynthia's trying to figure out if Roxy knows.
Yeah. Okay. Pierce the mask is mundane?
Yep.
Okay, so straight roll for me because I have a 0 for that. That's not terrible. Okay, that's an 8. I forgot how to add for a second.
All right, so you get
Wait,
to ask.
hold on. I think you get
one.
extra stuff if you pierce the mask on me.
Oh, because you've got the
Yeah, the
heart.
bull's heart. Wait, is it pierce the mask? It is. Oh, okay.
I think it's comfort, isn't it? Comfort or pierce.
You can ask me an additional question, even on a miss. They don't have to be on the list. You are not confined to the list when you pierce my mask.
A.
So you technically get 2 questions.
Nice.
Two
The
questions, and one of them is unlimited, which is pretty rare in this system. So
Mhm. Yep.
okay, so one does have to be on list. One can be anything.
Yes.
Okay, so for the one that can be anything, just because it's pertinent to the situation, it would be, does Roxy know that Henry has powers?
Absolutely knows.
Okay. For the second one, which does have to be from the list.
Yes.
Given the line of questioning, what do you want me to do?
What do I want you to do with the information that I know?
With the situation surrounding Cynthia's dad and everything with that.
So Roxy, you might have gotten some context when she asked Sylvie to pick up some weird things. Roxy thinks right now the best move is to frame your dad for the Tremors incident, like he set it up to make that bad press so that we can hurt his credibility.
So for the what do you want me to do would be going along with it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
that would be. I mean, that was the next thing she was going to bring up. Actually, was like, how would you feel about hurting your dad's credibility?
All right.
I imagine that she didn't cook this idea up herself. She got it based on some things that Grandpa Les said. He didn't directly tell her to frame somebody, but she was like, hypothetically, I imagine when they went to go trade the communicator. I was like, hypothetically, if this was happening, what might be the best next step?
I don't think we ever actually
And she
traded
just sort
those
of put some
communicators.
puzzle pieces that didn't quite fit together right, but like sort of fit together. That's how I imagine Roxy was like.
Okay. So With that answered, Cynthia's would follow up the thing about Henry with, what matters is people think she's one of them.
Yes, absolutely. We have
But-
to protect her identity at all costs. Because now she's kind of become a central figure.
Her mother won't be happy.
That's a whole other issue.
Well, it's also the same issue. It's a
Kinda,
subset
yeah.
of the bigger issue that is
We
the
might
flying
want to
torture device.
We might want to get her one of those bracelet things. Just in case.
We should ask first.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, obviously ask her. We're not going to like make her wear a bracelet that she doesn't want to wear. We would obviously ask her. Autonomy is important. That's what I was just telling Watchdog.
This is true. I meant more, being able to hide her powers could be important, but being able to use them could as well, just in case.
Yeah, that's why you get one that she can take on and off, you know?
I'll look into it.
Yeah, no, you're really smart. I believe that you will be able to come up with something along those lines. I mean, you're already kind of looking for something like that for Leah, so it's like, you know.
Optimally, it'd be the sort of thing you could turn on and off.
Yeah, like a
Without
switch or
having to
something.
remove.
Yeah.
That
like
gets
you could turn
complicated
a
though because you're
dial.
dealing with real small pieces.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't be no good at creating stuff like that. I'm better at, well, I just don't have the delicate touch that you do.
It helps when you can move things with your mind.
Yes, it does. And that's actually really hard.
Thank you. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on it
Yeah.
and on probably Joe, just in case he needs anything.
Yeah.
Given not that they're technically associated at the moment.
That's another thing. Oh no, I don't know that because he didn't tell me. Never mind. Sorry. Roxy didn't read the letter. She was gonna help him write it, but it's been a while, so I'm reminding myself. Jenna knows that he's gonna tell the coach. Roxy would have been like, fuck, I can't even let you leave if you're gonna tell the coach. Would you just tell
all good.
anybody?
It's all good. I know.
Oh.
I know. It's complicated.
Yeah, but she doesn't know, so she would. Anyways, also, I think I do need to come clean about something that you said you were going to address later with me. Unless you want to talk about your feelings a little about your dad. I mean, it probably doesn't feel good. I know you're used to him being an asshole, but that doesn't make it hurt any less.
I mean, the man sent me to be tortured.
Yeah, this isn't even the shittiest thing he's done to you.
It's more reinforcement of his categorical biases.
You know, I bet you he probably feels inferior because his genetics produced two people with powers and he didn't get powers. And I mean, if I had to guess, he's probably got some other family members that maybe he's estranged from that have powers. I don't know. I don't know your family history. I can't like trace it like that, but you know, it seems like he has like maybe like one of those inferiority complexes or something, you know?
I was just gonna say it sounds like he has a tiny dick, but that works.
It's the same thing. Those are the same thing. Yeah.
He's a tiny self-esteem dick.
Small dick energy, inferiority complex, same thing. Tomato. You know?
Or it could just be he has control issues. If nobody has powers, then being able to position yourself that way in government means you have more control than if you do that, but there are factors that you can't do anything about. Heroes operate independently of the government. He can't control them.
I bet you he'd like to.
Yeah, no, that is the point I'm making.
Yeah.
Control freak with small dick energy.
I was gonna say maybe he was picked on a lot as a kid by like a super.
Maybe. I don't really care though.
It doesn't excuse anything. I'm just saying I don't know. He's got problems. Yeah, power and control. It comes from that feeling of powerlessness and whatever, but it's no excuse. You got to work your issues out. Got to go see a therapist. Got to go see like Grandpa Les or somebody, you know? Figure your shit out. Don't put it on other people.
You know what the worst part is?
What? If you tell me he's seen a therapist, I'm gonna faint.
No. Not even the worst father I know of, personally. Anyways, moving forward. What? I
Who's
didn't hear
got the
that.
worst father? Whose father am I gonna string up to a flagpole?
Not my story to tell.
There.
I know.
I know you know.
If you tell me it's Henry, I swear to God, I'm gonna put her parents in their place, which
Do I even know who Henry's dad is?
is a
I mean,
pastor or something, I thought.
You
Like his
would?
church.
He's a decent guy, I guess?
Yeah,
As
I
far as
should
you're
know
concerned?
more about Henry's mom.
Yeah.
I know his name's Eddie. Edward.
And he works at a church as a pastor.
Because his wife is Iron Maiden.
No.
He has a worship.
From as much as I know, he seems fine.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad she has at least one parent that is solid, because
It helps.
I mean, Joe doesn't think that I could take her, but here's the thing, right?
Henry?
No, Iron Maiden.
Oh.
If we ever got in a fight,
Mm.
an altercation, because I do have words for her. But anyways,
Please
you get
promise
a
me that if you plan to fight her, run it by us first so we can strategize at least, because I don't think if you go head to head with her in just a straight up confrontation, I don't think that's going to end well.
I got a plan.
Oh, no.
Magnets. Giant magnet. Like, you know how we use those big magnets to get the dents out of the cars?
So yes,
Yeah.
I think you would need to investigate how literal the name is.
Based on what I've been told, I think it's fairly literal.
Okay. I think that should be
Magnets.
something that's confirmed before you try to magnet your way.
That's a
Out
good
of a
idea. I'll
fight.
get like a little magnet, and if I ever meet her mom and like then I can see if it works.
Magnet ambush.
All the bullets have magnets, so they just find their target.
My God.
You just put big magnets, bury them in her yard. Falls flat on her face.
I don't think she's iron all the time.
That's true. No, I'm just saying, then she would have to unbe iron for a second, and then she'd be vulnerable. That's when you get her.
If I were Iron Maiden and my identity was not public knowledge, which actually question for Crow here, is her identity public knowledge? I don't think it is, but I might be
No.
okay.
It is not.
If I were Iron Maiden and my identity was not public knowledge, I wouldn't be seen going into my house as Iron Maiden.
That's a good point. We'll just have to randomly bury magnets throughout the whole city.
You can also We could probably talk to Hecate about it. There's, from what I know, no love lost between them. So
That's fair. Hecate might like my plan. Or she'll be like, what the fuck? Calamity.
those are the two options usually.
Even she'll be like, wow, that's brilliant for you. Or she'll be like, what the fuck? What is wrong with your brain, Calamity?
Magnets.
Giant magnets. Looks for everything.
Yeah.
What kind of ice cream do you want? We should probably get you ice cream too. We got to get the blue moon for Sylvie.
Ask her if it tastes blue enough.
Yeah, I will.
Mint chip is the mood for the moment.
All right. And then she gets whatever Elena's favorite is. I can't remember what we said. It's been a long time since Roxy bought them all ice cream.
Yeah, you can pick up ice cream, and you'll probably be the first. Since you have bikes and everything, you'll make it back to the penthouse first.
Yeah.
I don't think Blue Moon 1 existed, and 2, it wouldn't be in Halcyon because it's a Midwest ice cream.
Shh.
I'm just saying.
In my world, Blue Moon exists in 1953. And in Halcyon.
1953, New Jersey.
I love how we try to stay historically accurate. I'm just like, I don't even know when Blue Moon was invented. I have no idea about the
Accurate
history.
with the dumbest facts.
I love
Blue Moon ice cream.
I will bring Maria to any trivia game I ever get into because I am like, I don't know these random facts. And Maria's just like, boom, I know. And I'm like,
I know it's a Midwest thing because they didn't have it in Boston when I was in Boston.
really?
It's not out here.
What?
I've never heard of it. So
Like it was invented in like
What?
Michigan or Wisconsin or something.
Yeah,
it
it
is
Probably.
very much.
Yeah, so is Blue Moon a flavor?
It sure is.
It's
It's vanilla. It's just
it's
blue
almond
vanilla.
extract actually, I think.
Blue almond.
ooh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do like almond extract.
Anyway,
Yeah.
the two of you get back to the penthouse.
I turned your tongue blue.
Ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to go down to the base or up to the actual?
We're ending
part-
up in the base first, definitely, because we're entering in costume.
Mm-hmm.
Cynthia's, I don't think she's been up in the penthouse in a while just because she's like, I don't need to be seen here. I don't want to be seen here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sylvie definitely has migrated down to the base, and she has written the coordinates to find and contact Leo down on one of the chalkboards for Cynthia to reference later in case she gets chased out of this apartment at the penthouse. Like she fully knows that there is a distinct possibility of that, but she also knows that Cynthia needs the information to utilize the choice she's already made. So
Sarah's probably hanging out in a corner with a book or something, but Sylvie,
Where's Eugene?
somewhere.
Did we lose Joe's dad?
Oh God. I don't remember. Did you invite him to stay in the
Yeah.
base?
Yeah.
We didn't think that cramming into Joe's dorm room was the most comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
we-
think
There's
I
like
think we offered
spare
base
rooms
or
down there
penthouse.
if he wants them.
Yeah, I think
There
it-
aren't as many spare rooms in the penthouse, I will say.
Probably because
Same
things
building.
ended a little chaotically. He's probably hanging around somewhere in the base since this so far has been like a common location for everyone. So I don't know if he's like immediately visible, but he's somewhere.
You just see two superheroes walk into the base with just bags full of ice cream, like things. There's
I
so
will
much
say,
ice cream.
Probably this whole time while has Sylvie just been like sitting on the couch?
Yeah, she
Waiting.
well after she wrote everything down, like and probably multiple locations, so Cynthia has it and doesn't just blatantly destroy it in
Yeah.
some
Okay, I think
anger.
After
She's probably
sitting-
sitting down with her like head in her hands, like
I think you're sitting on one of the couches and then just on the coffee table in front of you. Like Freya's just sitting there, tail flicking back and forth, watching you. Has been this whole time.
Yeah.
But Cynthia and Elena return and see Sylvie just kind of like hunched over on the couch.
Hey,
You
Sylvie, I got you some Blue Moon ice cream.
I think Cynthia's fully putting the rest of it in like the evidence freezer that she keeps down here.
We have established there's like a kitchen down here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe not to that
Freezer.
extent, no.
Next to the
That's
blood samples, it's
Oh my
fine.
god. No, I'll just put it in the freezer then.
It might like fill up the freezer, but there's a freezer.
There is probably very little room in the freezer at this
This
point.
freezer has been filled with ice cream multiple times, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
We've got a system.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes.
think Sylvie vastly quieter and definitely less peppy, less bright than she normally says, says, I have news. Not all of it is good.
I was gonna say it looks less glittery in here than it normally does.
I have secured help. They will keep it, or they will defer to us regarding what info goes back to the hunt.
Unexpected, but okay.
The price,
Good
however,
negotiating.
is not good.
Okay.
It's the price I intend to fight.
What do they want?
Souls.
What?
The souls of the individuals who have drawn me from the Fey realm.
Ooh.
That's a thing?
Did you sell my soul? Do I have a soul?
They believe you have a soul.
They say, hey, look. I know that it's not great that you sold us souls. On the bright side, they think I have a soul.
So you already said yes to this?
I said yes in the way that I am the only Fey allowed to touch you.
Wait. Does that mean you gotta kill us?
And at your natural time.
Natural? What does that mean? What do you mean by natural time?
I intended to be you have a full and fruitful life.
So when we die, you take our soul and give it to the hunt.
Well, technically my wording was I intend to put you in the right place, whether that's what the hunt is not necessarily true. What the hunt will determine that is
there going to be a
may or may
custody
not
battle
be.
over our
They
souls?
may or not will not agree with me, but
I think you just hear a book fall to the floor.
what?
You just hear a book hit the floor.
Yep.
Sarah.
Oh
drops-
gosh, I forgot Sarah's in here. Eugene. It's gonna be great.
Okay. What if we don't die?
One more time. In exchange for help with a problem that we could find a multitude of solutions to,
Uh-oh.
you were asked in exchange for their help, for our souls, and without talking to us, you decided to just give them away?
I decided to make the choice that they would have to work through proxies so they would know, or so we knew that they were coming, versus them creeping up in the night.
How do you weigh the rest of forever, presumably, against a very temporary threat, one way or another?
It wasn't the temporary threat that scared me. It was the threat of the Fae working behind the scenes for the souls that they knew were special and working without any kind of even a loose protection.
So the risk that they'll try to take our souls and you subvert that by just giving them over? I know that sometimes Fae operate on logic that I don't fully understand, so I'm going to need you to walk me through this one.
I thought if we had information, we could fight it and we could prepare for them.
And this isn't just playing right into their hands. This isn't signing over something without knowing how you're going to negotiate the contract. Don't Fae, like, negotiate things to death? Don't you have the most complicated fucking laws and agreements?
Maybe I've become far too human for my own benefit.
Maybe you shouldn't be making these kinds of deals then.
I saw a way to prevent them from snatching you off a battlefield, and I took it.
I don't see how this prevents that if you're just the one giving us to them.
I intend to see you get to where you're supposed to go, not where they want you to.
Okay.
Sure, fine. Whatever. I can't be here right now. Okay? Just take the information and do something useful with it. I can't look at you right now. Or ugh. The fuck?
Don't
And
forget
she
the buddy system.
storms the fuck out.
Sarah
For the
runs
second
out.
time in like a few
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, no, Sarah runs after
Sarah buddy
Uh,
system.
Cynthia.
She's gone. You hear a bike revving and just down the
Do you
tunnels.
Roxy will just toss her keys to Sarah to her bike.
well, I was gonna say if Sarah is you would know that she's following. If you know that she's following you, would you wait for her or just take off?
She wants to just take off, but I think she'd wait. If
She's
Sarah's
not like
close enough behind.
oh yeah, she was up like pretty quick. And she's not like yelling at you to like wait or stop or
Yeah.
anything.
I'll say if she's like basically following and within the room when Cynthia reaches her bike, she'll wait for Sarah to either
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think Sarah has a bike, so probably waiting for Sarah to get on.
Yeah. Okay.
She's not talking right now though.
But Sarah's not trying to prompt anything. She's just making sure she's there. So the two of you can
Precious.
she wants more food. The two of you can take off and leave the base. Let's keep with the current conversation for a little bit. So Roxy, what are you doing?
She takes the blue moon out and she just tosses the container to Sylvie and then tosses a spoon.
So he probably catches both, but puts them both down.
And then Roxy grabs her ice cream. And then I don't know if Eugene is in the room or not, but if he's there, help yourself to some ice cream. There's some peanut butter ice cream in there. So you sold our souls to the Fae. I have questions before I develop how I feel about this. Because I feel conflicted. Part of me is really excited that the Fae think I have a soul. Because I don't know if I didn't know. But part of me is a little conflicted.
It's understandable.
What if we don't die?
Then it's a loophole.
Because I heal, and in theory, in theory, I would heal any damage from aging, so then I wouldn't age. It's very, I don't know how to wrap my brain around it. Anyways, also, I don't know if wolves like have a natural lifespan or what. Maybe Eugene can answer these questions. I'm not sure. But also, Joe's like real mad right now at me. So like, I don't know if this is the best time to tell him this. You make your own choices. I'm just saying that he's already on a fine edge, walking a tightrope over just miles and
I
miles.
can't judge him for keeping secrets if I keep my own.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's important to be honest, and also like timing can also be really important too. But like, I mean, so do you understand why Cynthia's so mad?
I understand why.
Yeah. So temporary problem, the permanent cost is,
It
but
wasn't
also
as
like,
much the
maybe
temporary problem that frightened me. It was the fact that due to the nature of my connection with you four, the Wild Hunt was already investigating you. They were already planning on claiming you all.
we have Fae investigating us too. So we have a werewolf problem, a Fae problem. Like, there's a clone problem, maybe. Scientists, shadow organization. Jesus Christ, they're closing in on all sides.
And if this
We got 99
small
problems.
deal kept those that are more powerful and those directly in the Fae themselves from touching you, from extracting or taking your souls before their time.
I need to know how they extract a soul. What is that process like?
I was never one of those to claim souls.
But you said you were going to claim our souls?
If only because that ensured that I was the only one who could do so.
If Cynthia takes my power, then she could live forever too. You know? I mean, I know that like that would probably, I know she likes the other powers sometimes, but like on a long-term thought for me, maybe that's something that we can consider. Okay, before you tell Joe though, like maybe I should stand somewhere in between you two, and maybe we should get Eugene in here. Who might also be angry.
Yeah.
But maybe he can keep Joe from doing something stupid. Maybe. I don't know.
Not entirely sure what will happen.
When you tell Joe?
Well, no.
Oh, I mean, I imagine
werewolves. Yeah, well, yes, but
you know. And then he'll swear a lot, maybe. and yell and then stomp around and try to leave. I mean, that's what I imagine.
Probably.
I don't know what's going to happen with your Fae friends. I think we got to like prioritize our problems. I'm not happy that you sold my soul without asking. It's probably something you should get permission for. I feel like maybe. But I feel like maybe I need to think about how I feel before I like really react emotionally, because I don't want to yell at you. I want to be able to tell you how I'm feeling in a calm way. So we're just gonna put that in the box too, next to some other stuff that I'm shoving down in there emotionally. And we're just gonna close them open in a little bit. Okay. But let's start prioritizing problems. Do you want to help me with that?
Yes.
She goes to our conspiracy chalkboard and just starts writing in Ronzi way. So she's listed all the problems.
Okay.
So
well,
you can that's what we're
work
doing.
on that.
Yeah.
Cynthia and Sarah fly out of one of the tunnels, leaving the base behind, and I'll say it's probably close enough to where Joe would be going to get inside that you see them take off in the opposite direction.
Feel like he's just vaguely, dimly aware of it. Cynthia, I have no idea what kind of mental state you're in, but if you're in any way noticing Joe, it's clear he's been crying a lot.
It was in my head that Cynthia was taking the tunnels, so is
Like
he in the
staying-
tunnels?
Like staying in the tunnels completely, or exiting at
Okay,
some
well,
point?
if she exits and it's near him, is he civilian or costumed up right now?
Civilian.
And it's oh god. Her instinct would be to not stop, but she's going to because dealing with somebody else's problems sounds good right now.
That's just what the whole team is doing. It's being like,
Yeah.
"No, we're not talking about my problems. We're talking
I
about your
don't
problems."
Talk about my
No.
problems.
No.
Talk about your problems.
She stops and she's still fully in costume, so she just like looks at him.
He just stares back and he just has a dead-eyed expression.
Sarah says, "Should we go somewhere private?"
Up to you, I say to Watchdog. You want space or you want to talk?
I've done enough talking for a bit, I think.
If it's not an immediate thing, but if you don't need more on your plate at the moment, I wouldn't go back to the base for a little while. If I were you, I wouldn't anyways, because this looks like a lot and that's not gonna help.
Should have guessed.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think Joe starts looking around the block. Is there like a relatively tall building nearby?
Yeah. There's not like we're not in the area where the tallest buildings are, but I mean we've got the penthouse here, so there's some other like medium-sized buildings.
He'll point at the tallest one. Me just says, "If you need me, I'll be up there."
Stay safe, please.
Sure. He just starts walking away.
Why do I try? Hi, no, that's my hand. Anyways, Cynthia is since it seems to be the go-to, she's probably just going to wherever she's probably going to Hecate's base, whether or not Hecate's there, just because she wants to be elsewhere.
Okay.
And as far as she knows, Hecate was the one who let Sylvie in the last time, so Sylvie doesn't have the door codes. As far as she knows.
Okay. You can head off to the base. Joe can climb a building. Is there anything Joe's immediately gonna do when he gets up there, or just sit?
I think Joe's gonna do something that he has not done for a while now, but very much feels like he needs. He finds like a relatively flat spot on the roof. Imagining it's like on top of like a large air conditioning unit or something. Shifts to werewolf form. And just sort of lets the limiters fall away on his senses and just absorbs everything about the city around him. And just sort of starts to zone out from it. Just trying to become one sensation in a sea of thousands so that he can just forget how much everything hurts right now.
Excellent.
If you'll allow me, I'd like to try to clear guilty with that. Or, wait, no, it's hopeless. That's right. Easy relief.
Sure. Because you're also providing me an opportunity. But we'll get to this that in a second. Because I really have to go to the bathroom. So let's go ahead and take our break before we get into more emotional turmoil.
Pain, drama,
Yeah.
excitement. Welcome to Masks.
Everybody's
say
got
welcome back?
pain. All
Hey, this might come out as total madness, but just wait. I really need to tell you something. 'Cause I feel alone in a room, surrounded by people. I wanna know if you're feeling it too. Out on the roof, here with you, it all seems so distant. With you, under streetlights, right next to the skyline. With you, yeah. I've been a cynic for so many of my days. Now you just might make a believer out of me. 'Cause you look so pretty in the sunrise, and somehow now everything is alright. I feel like every word is so translucent, so real. Oh, won't you tell me how you do it? Now I'm high, but the buzz in the room, surrounded by people. I couldn't care, yeah, but nobody but you. Sway with me now, baby, dance, give in to the moment. With you, under streetlights, right next to the skyline. With you.
You're not supposed to be standing at the school like that if you're not a parent or a teacher. It's suspicious, you know?
A fish.
Yeah, it's a
No,
fish.
we got to get a pig. We don't need any fish.
Yeah.
That's your fish. The shark.
Sharks, the pigs of the sea.
Ah.
You're not wrong. Have you seen what ends up in their stomachs?
what I'm saying. They can eat anything, like a body.
Can we roll to find all the glitter in the art room?
No, we can just find all the glitter in our room.
Okay.
Yeah. We're like already like up to our necks in the glitter box in the craft room.
Your purse is full of
Full of
glitter.
glitter.
I feel like this is one of those cases where someone starts eating the glue, and it's just like, "You're not supposed- don't eat the glue. I'm eating the glue.
I'm gonna do it. I'm
Gluing
gonna do
all
it.
of my fingers together. Right
Glitter
now.
glue. Now I'm sparkly inside and out.
I'm a robot.
Like passing that later.
It really stucks you up.
Glitter turd.
Ooh.
An intestinal geode.
It's okay. Goblins'
Oh.
intestines are naturally coated in slime.
I hate the phrase intestinal geode. That's terrible.
New stinger, guys.
Phrase. Oh, I hate the term
Oh.
intestinal geo.
It's your old nemesis.
Slothful Corvus, a fellow goblin.
Oh my god.
Bumblebee, what are you doing here?
You. Corvus. You should help me try and convince the pig vendor that they should give us pigs.
Oh, you're here for pigs. I'm here for ducks. That's weird.
Let's work together and get pigs and ducks.
What do you need the pig for?
It's a secret, but it's an easy way of going home.
I just want the ducks so I can fly.
Well, but what if the ducks can't carry you and now you're stuck here? We need a fast way out.
And as we know, nothing can outrun a pig.
Nothing. Fastest land mammal.
Have you ever been
Pigs.
chased by a wild boar? You're alive, so no.
True.
You have a point.
Logic is flawless.
Yes, there are no holes in that statement whatsoever.
And I
I was a lawyer, I'd find no
goblin
loopholes.
to help us.
I'm a goblin lawyer.
Yes. Goblin lawyer.
Why do you always try to
Shortly after Liz leaves, Janet comes back into the garage, like locks eyes with Parker. We're stealing mail. Get dressed.
God damn it, Janet. Cut to black.
Oh my god. Okay. This will not go horribly wrong. Okay. Oh, with that,
Well, can I really quick? Because this is fast. Because this is like a total counter to what Janet just did. When Liz gets home, Dominic's sitting outside the gate, and that's when he says it out loud to her. So now his animals picked up on him saying it. So it's like the plans are just everything's gone to crap.
Okay.
All right.
So what is effectively happening is that one meme of someone about to get shot and someone's like, no, 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 no. Just diving in front of each other.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Maya didn't.
Flynn's asleep.
Yeah, Maya didn't. Flynn is asleep. No.
Yeah.
What a way to end off episode 2. What a cliffhanger.
Show me love, make a change. Time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me love, show me love, show me love, show me love. Make a change. Time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love.
I was like, wait, what am I saying? They give free
Leave
samples,
meeting.
so you can try it.
Yep.
So
We need to get Charlie a gavel button. Just like
Honestly,
cease.
get Charlie
Now
a
stop
gavel.
record meeting. Record
You
meeting.
can send us a
Objection.
gavel.
stop talking.
I told
about ice
Charlie to
cream.
just start the meeting when they were sick of us talking,
Yeah,
and they do it now. So
that's fair.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Only when I'm in charge.
Mhm.
When other people in charge, then it's their responsibility.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You're usually in charge.
you're our adult.
I'm sorry.
You- the
Ostensibly, it
youngest
should
of
be
us
me.
are the adults.
Anyway.
This
Joe.
is a PSA. I'm tired of hearing news about Taylor Swift, and I wish the notifications would stop showing up on my news feed. Anyways,
PSA
Not that it has
about
anything to do
Taylor
with-
Swift.
I keep getting.
I can
news
explain it when
notifications
we're
about
done.
Taylor Swift.
Great.
I
I don't
don't.
Nothing. It's
care.
nothing exciting. She didn't do anything.
I'm annoyed.
My friends a couple of my friends are big Taylor Swift fans, and all of my
Anyways.
coworkers are football fans. And apparently now this is an overlap.
Oh,
Oh
no.
yeah, because she's dating that one guy who got like the weird mustache when he started dating her.
Okay, wait.
Whatever.
We started recording, guys.
Yeah, I can explain if
Sometimes
anybody
our-
cares.
Our babbling is interesting though, right? Audience, just
If you're
not.
moving
Anyway.
to
Joe,
Yes.
you are sitting on this rooftop, just letting all of the walls come down, overwhelmed by the amount of noise that the city around you is producing. And I'd say because you are not as keyed into this, you do not really notice it until it is too late. But there is a familiar roaring sound before a hand grabs your collar and whisks you off this rooftop.
Is it who I think it is?
body system.
You
for a
squint
reason.
against the rush of wind against your face, and can, as you open your eyes, see the. Actually, no, the sun would probably be set by now, considering the hour. See the familiar visage of Iron Maiden as she
Yeah.
through the sky. Let's get something a little more intense going. Maybe not for the reasons you think, but it's. I mean, do you do anything in this moment as you're being literally held up by your collar, a couple 100 feet in the air?
I feel like Joe makes like a token effort to like hang on, but honestly, he's so kind of burned out and maybe still like phasing back into reality that he's just like,
Yeah, trying to like put some of those walls back up.
Bring
so
it
you can
back
actually
in, bring it
focus on
back in.
What's going on?
Attention required.
Return to Earth. Return to Earth. But it feels like forever and no time at all has passed before she touches down on the tallest building in the city, still holding you up by your collar. She just kind of like growls, "What the fuck do you think you're doing, little dog?"
I think I was relaxing for about 10 seconds until this happened. Hi.
Really? That's all you have to say to me? She
Still coming down here, hang on.
lets go of your collar.
Thanks. And I'll shift back to human.
So she's probably painting a very imposing figure, just the emotionless mask on her face as she looks down at you.
Okay. Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
It's been a few months, how have you been?
This is really not the time for pleasantries. I told you not to get her involved. What do I see? Her face plastered all over the news. Care to explain?
Was not me in any way, shape, or form.
Really? You've been encouraging her superhumanity studies and having her pretty close to all of this heroing. You don't think that unintentionally encouraged her? Really?
Do you remember when you traded circus points for Roxy does something stupid? I'm gonna go ahead and do something stupid right now. And Roxy's gonna call Watchdog over the comm. Watchdog!
No.
Watchdog, I know you're mad, but I really feel like we gotta talk more about your Iron Maiden problems. I really feel like I could really help with this. You know, because it's not right. You know, autonomy is really important. You really can't stifle your children like that. and
About
stuff.
halfway through that sentence, the communicator is over the edge of the building.
Breaks to pieces.
Sylvie is actively hitting her head against a wall watching this happen.
We name this episode the one where the team falls apart.
Well,
Of course.
want to tell me how you really feel?
You know what? Sure. Fuck it, right? Nothing else can go wrong. One of us loves Henry, and it's not you.
Use you?
I just witnessed a murder.
Do we hear the sound of wolves dying outside the base?
Don't get yourself killed right now. I can't save you.
Your dad is gonna come up there, and then your dad's gonna fight her mom, and it's gonna be a whole family affair.
Yeah, this is just drama over the PTA bake sale all over again. She takes a step forward and says, I'm watching out for Henry's well-being. As far as I see it, one of us wants to...
And I just let her
Safe.
go for her well-being. Because I realized that I was hurting her. Because I care about her. You think you have everything figured out, don't you? You think you know me. Everybody thinks they know me. What Henry does from here on out is her. Because I thoroughly burned that bridge like a dumbass. But sure, blame me. Clearly it's my fault, right?
Everything was fine until you showed up.
Bullshit.
This is for scapegoat.
You want to take out your frustration on being a shit mother on me? Fine. Just do it. Stop dancing around it and just hit me already. Because I'm sick and tired of sitting here waiting for the punch. Just do it.
Are you going to resist at all?
No.
This is way too quiet. I need something more upbeat. She just nods and takes a step forward and once again grabs the front of your shirt, lifts you up off your feet, gets real close, says, you're upset that I don't know you. I know you're a threat. That's all I've ever needed to know. She carries you over to the edge of the roof and pulls her arm back and throws you. There's definitely more, like, this is not quite on par with a Roxy throw, but it's definitely got more punch behind it than a normal person would. How you react as you go sailing through the air?
Joel tried to catch himself, but I mean, he figured this was coming regardless of what he did.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to take a powerful blow.
It's currently at +3. Yeah, I just rolled a 7, so that's a 10.
All right.
You must remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc.
Which option would you like to choose?
I think pass out's appropriate here. Just tries to catch himself and just hits a little too hard.
You see like the buildings coming and you're desperately trying to brace for impact, and you think you might have it if you get the angle just right. You can sink. Are you trying to shift, or are you doing this in human form?
Yeah, there's a shift attempt, but
We'll say, I mean, there's enough distance that you can, unless you think you're emotionally compromised enough that you can't tap into your powers, you probably have enough time to shift while flying through the air.
emotionally compromised or no, Joe does still have like self-preservation instincts buried in there, so
Yeah. You manage to shift as you're flying through the air, and you think you've got the angle right where you can extend your claws and dig them into the side of the building. So maybe you're not. It wouldn't be like stopping your momentum fully. You would still probably smack into the brick, but it would keep you from like pancaking and sliding all the way down the wall. But the angle is a little too off, and you end up breaking through the glass of this window and going like ass over tea kettle, rolling several times into this building before you come to a stop, and you're just laying there staring up at the ceiling, these bright fluorescent lights overhead, before it all goes fuzzy and you pass out. So
How loud would you say this is? We are in the next building over.
no, you're not.
How many buildings away
Hecate-
did she throw him?
She took him. She flew like
oh.
towards the tallest building in the city. Like it wasn't where Joe had been left. She like carried him across the city and then threw him.
Okay. So I have no idea then. Sorry. Roxy was really gunning for a showdown with Iron Maiden, but
not like this.
Not like this.
But yeah, we'll leave Joe to that for a little bit.
should I prep my backup character?
You're not dead.
Yet.
Cynthia, you and Sarah are going to Hecate's base.
Yeah.
You have the codes, you can get inside.
Yep.
I think it's probably early enough that Hecate hasn't left for patrol yet, but she's definitely in costume. Kind of like looking over her cameras and news feeds and everything, getting a lay of the land like she usually does. But you can walk in if you would like, with Sarah behind you.
Yeah, she walks in. We're still at a point where Hecate does not actually know who Sarah is, outside of the fact that there's holes there. Okay. I don't think she really says anything. This isn't really something she wants to rehash right now.
Mm-hmm. I think Hecate turns and looks at the two of you. And I'd expect that you're visibly upset. Like, it's obvious that something is wrong.
But sometimes I think you were right about this whole team thing. I can't go back right now. So if you could just give me something to do, that'd be great.
Her eyes slide over to Sarah for like a second, and then she looks back at you. Sure. Do you want to monitor the frequencies?
Sure.
See if the cops catch wind of everything?
I can do that.
If you feel like actually going out into the field, let me know.
I want to, but for the wrong reasons, because I just really want to punch someone right now. That's not a good reason.
If you want to hit something, you can go down to the training room.
Cynthia's. It's your first instinct just to be like, that's not what I said, but decides to just leave it.
No, and she knows, but
Yeah, no, she knows what. Yeah. So she's just kind of sits down by the frequencies, and she's gonna listen to them, so she doesn't have to think.
Sarah will also pull over a chair, and it's probably not much longer before Hecate gets the rest of her stuff, and then we'll go grab her bike and leave, leaving the two of you alone. Sarah doesn't immediately initiate any conversation, based on everything that just happened.
I think after a little bit, Cynthia will probably just be like, I thought the whole soul thing was bullshit, to be honest. I didn't think that was a thing. I probably shouldn't be surprised because lifts a random object off of the desk telekinetically.
Sarah just shrugs and
Weird
says, I mean,
fucking world.
there's no telling how literal it is. Could just be like some conceptualization of someone's personality and identity. I guess.
Maybe.
I don't
It's
know,
not
your life
the-
essence.
What the fuck am I even supposed to do with that?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fair. I really know how to pick them, huh? Jesus fucking Christ.
And I feel like you've always had an interest in the strange and dangerous.
You're not wrong.
It's
Guess I shouldn't be too surprised when it bites me in the ass.
it's a tough game to play. If you don't want it to ever possibly bite you in the ass, then you just isolate yourself from everyone. Is that what you really want to do?
I know the realities of it. Roxy probably say I don't handle the realities particularly well, considering the files and files of contingency plans I make for everything. I don't have one for this. How could I have possibly had one for this? Things like betrayals or like trying to kill me or other shit like that. That I can deal with. That's something you can fix. But I mean, unless it is something I can fix.
Who's to say? You just got the news. Like, what, 30 minutes ago? It's daunting and overwhelming and probably fucking terrifying, but that doesn't mean there's not a solution. Just need time to think of one.
I know what I'm doing. I'm actually good at this. Worst comes to worst, Mom knows all sorts of people.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe she's met someone or has someone in her back pocket that she hasn't told us about. So there could be.
Sounds like her.
Maybe there's some like, I don't know, someone who can manipulate the very threads of the universe or something. Or who is that? That whatever that like cowboy wizard guy? I don't know. Fae people are real. I guess magic's real too. Maybe there's some like weird magic, voodoo, whatever.
Wow. We live in a world with unexpected consequences, but that also means there's unexpected solutions. So, problem solving.
Hey, maybe that wizard guy could like make all the problems disappear.
Well, if it were that easy, would it be fun? Thanks, though. I'm always glad you're on my side.
What else am I gonna do right now when like hardly anyone knows I actually exist? So
Well, I'm hoping if people did still know you existed, that wouldn't change, but yeah, you do you, I guess.
joke's on you, I've been biding my time this all of these years. I'm playing the long game.
Just waiting for the sudden but inevitable betrayal.
So I'm here to stab you in the back. Just wait for it.
You think that's how she described the divorce? I mean, I guess it was her idea, but you know.
I mean, they were both at each other's throat. It was gonna end in a brawl one way or another. Or just a series of more and more convoluted traps until one of them got frustrated and left Halcyon.
That's fair. I mean, I wasn't around at the time, but I don't think she was really one for fighting at the moment, given the circumstances.
Probably would have been more, I don't know, outright fighting, but more like underhanded tricks and tactics, you know?
Well, at least they're not trying to kill each other, I suppose. How are you holding up? What with being persona non grata?
Well, I mean, I still don't know if any of my stuff is still there, which kind of sucks. I would love, I hope that all of my art didn't suddenly go missing. Worked really hard on that splatter paint painting.
We can definitely check. If not, find out where it is. Temporary displacement of an object's never stopped you before.
No, but in this situation, I don't know if it's ever
Not the most.
If it's like gone, is it ever gonna come back?
Like, did it get disappeared?
Yeah.
Shit.
Did it get time got or whatever? Universe got.
I mean,
it's like in some other universe right now. I would be
actually
so pissed if it was worth like $5 billion and I don't get to see a cent of it. God, I'm gonna kill this sword whip guy.
I mean, if it is in another place, maybe don't kill him, because you could use the power to maybe get it back.
Yeah, but like the problem is that it'd be worth like $5 billion over there,
Not here.
but not here. So I don't get the royalties.
That's fair. Finding out whether or not stuff that you've made is still here might actually answer some questions.
Yeah. Might give us some lead. Well, I don't know if it'd necessarily give us leads, but
It's like,
maybe we could understand this whole whatever a bit more.
is it just that you never existed in this reality at all? Is it that everybody's memory of you is gone, but like the stuff's still here? Oh God. If you're just don't exist, do you think that your parents are still
Hope not.
ugh.
Maybe we should verify that.
Probably.
Because if they are around, then something really powerful and something really fucked up happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't just like come back from that.
I think how many things would be different if you didn't exist though? A lot. Like no, yeah, that's well, guess this is a thing Hecate didn't really need me doing anyways, so wanna go investigate?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Cynthia will message Hecate to say she and Sarah are following up on some leads. I figure that's probably expected given how restless
Yeah.
Cynthia looked when she arrived.
Yeah. I think Hecate's just like, okay. Be sneaky.
Always.
Um,
I'm not the one who lights up like a Christmas tree. But yeah, I think she and Sarah probably set up a plan of investigation to A, figure out if Sarah's art is still around, and B, figure out if Sarah's parents are suddenly around.
are you doing this research in the base or just like making a game plan and then you're gonna go out and investigate?
Given that the internet doesn't exist, I think this is probably the kind of thing that you need to go investigate in person.
Okay. Fair. Okay. I will say, probably as you're about to head out, the police scanner goes off, and you hear a report of a disturbance downtown, where it seems like something crashed through the window of a building.
Detour?
Probably things just don't randomly crash into buildings, so
I mean,
maybe at
city.
least check it out from a distance and see if it's the result of like some super fight.
Okay, question. Cynthia did not remember seeing Elena at the base at all, right?
Right. You don't know
Okay.
where she is.
Just in the interest of checking in with people who are not anywhere near Sylvie,
Okay.
she is gonna call Elena real quick. If Elena picks up.
Does Elena pick up?
Yeah.
Hi, if you're doing something else, fair. There's disturbance downtown if you feel like possibly hitting stuff right now.
Oh, did she talk to you as well?
Yes.
If you need me, ring me back, but I think tonight I'm going to stay in.
Okay. Get some rest.
Yeah. You too.
The thought's appreciated. And she'll hang up like, we're going solo. But, you know.
Is it technically solo if we're together?
Oh, that's a fair point.
Unless we're going solo side by side.
But does Sarah exist? That's the question.
Is it technically solo since I don't exist?
Oh.
If a person doesn't exist, do they make a sound?
Well, you exist to me.
Does that make
It
me a
would make-
figment of your imagination?
You also exist to other people. Just not the ones who would be contextually important.
That's all dependent on the people who went to this other reality with you. So, could be some weird
Group
like,
hallucination?
group hallucination or mind.
Do you feel like you're a group hallucination?
Did the real life figment of our imagination just say, I think I'm a figment of your imagination?
Cynthia's just saying things at this point because it's funny.
I mean, I feel like I have my own identity and being, so I do not consider myself a figment of the imagination. But are your thoughts about me giving me power?
If they are, then I need to investigate what powers that I've stolen recently.
Do our thoughts allow others to exist?
I think, therefore, you are. Should probably go check this out at some point tonight.
Yeah, sure. I think this time Sarah costumes up in a much more stealthy fashion than the giant mech suit. And you can either take your bike or Sarah could grab another bike and you can head downtown with a report of this disturbance.
I think 2 bikes is probably the most convenient.
Okay. You take yours and then Sarah takes the spare that you have here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. You can head downtown and it's not too long of a ride before you get around the area where this disturbance happened, and there is one, like, as you are either driving around the street or trying to do a brief case of the location, you see that there's just like one cop car around.
Okay.
With lights flashing, like parked on the curb by this building.
Can I see the window that was broken, or is it like too high up?
No, that's like, it's a fair distance up, but it's, considering the time of night, it's fairly obvious that like which window has been broken, so you can see that the glass has just been like shattered and you can see the light from the fluorescent lights pouring out.
Okay.
It's like a Looney Tune-esque like cutout of Joe.
Oh my god.
No, that is not how physics work.
I know.
In our make-believe game. Where we have literally invented other realities.
I think what she's gonna do is have them park the bikes and then get up on top of a building that'll let them see what's gone on, perhaps.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely find somewhere to stash the bikes and get up on a nearby building.
It's not for you.
I'd say to get a good vantage point so you can actually see in the window, you have to kind of go like across the street to get the right angle, because if you're on the building like right next to it, it's like too...
Yeah, no, I thought it was across the street just to
Yeah.
see like through.
I'll say you can peek through and see there is a figure lying on the floor in the middle of this room who Joe's not in costume, so you see someone with a lot of fur.
Person on the floor, furry, window broken.
Yep.
Would there be a way for Cynthia to kind of like eyeball the trajectory at which that probably happened? Because like if a person just
Yeah.
like shattered the window and walked in, I feel like it'd look different than a person being yeeted through the window.
Yeah, I think you're probably experienced enough with like science and math and stuff and just physics in general that you can tell it was a someone coming in at like a very steep, like sort of steep and fast angle. So not like, it does not have the same trajectory as someone who was like swinging down and like kicking their feet through the window to get inside.
Yeah. Crash landing.
I wonder who's fighting tonight.
It wasn't. So there's one cop car down below?
Yeah. Seems like from the message to it didn't seem since it was like a broken window and then kind of quiet, they were like, it's more preliminary investigation, and then they'll call for backup if needed.
Okay, when we were down there, did I see if the car was empty or were there still cops in it?
It was empty.
Fly in, fly out. Don't know how far up those far up the building they are, so we should probably check this out soon.
Are we gonna stick around or do like an extraction type deal?
I want to see who the fuck that is.
And then decide?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if it's either it's not a threat, or those cops are about to bite off more than they can chew. I'm not their biggest fan, but don't condone death usually.
Well, maybe not let the situation get worse
Yeah, that's fair. In and out.
for us.
We got places to be.
But
Until
yeah.
They both got vague flight powers at least, so I figure they're
Yeah.
probably just flying
Sarah
across.
can like make a platform and kind of manipulate it through
The
air.
worst comes to worst, Cynthia can just telekinesis her across.
But you can get in through the broken window, and at this point, you recognize that it's Joe lying unconscious on the floor.
Oh my. Okay. She's just gonna fully go over and like flip. If he's not facing up, she's gonna flip him over.
Okay.
He's just fully out.
Yeah.
Unless you had a description for it, Charlie, I feel like Iron Man hit him in the face. So I feel like he's just got one eye that is extremely swollen.
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
If it wasn't Iron Maiden, that probably could have happened upon impact as you
Yeah.
like slammed into this building and tumbled across the floor.
Okay. She's just gonna fucking slap him in the face to see if that works, and if not, she's gonna carry him out of there. He's having a night.
Sure. Well, actually, Joe, do you want to wake up via slap or just stay out for a little bit?
It is the worst day of his life.
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll for it. It's like a D6 here. We'll say evens, he wakes up. Alright, it's 4.
Rise and shine, beautiful. Gotta get you on your feet. Can you stand?
Anything broken? Besides your pride.
Fuck it, we don't have time for this. Cynthia's just gonna pick him up telekinetically.
Okay.
So it's more or less looks like she just slings him over her shoulder like a sack of potatoes, but yeah, like telekinetically holding him because she's tiny.
Ooh, tactile telekinesis, I love it.
Sarah will make a larger like square platform, so if you don't want to try and like telekinetically hold him and fly at the same time,
yeah,
you can hop on there and then she'll like magic carpet ride out.
I think it's like getting out and then getting up out of view of the room as soon as possible.
Like shoop, whoop.
Like we weren't here.
And then as you're up like above the building, so it's like where to? Safe house.
Safe house on the east side.
Okay.
I'm not going back to base.
Zooms off in that direction.
Oh, where is she?
You're gonna have to be more specific.
Iron Maiden, where is she?
Oh! You're having a night.
No,
Not here.
Hopefully far away.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that right now. I imagine you don't either.
I don't care.
Well, I do, so shut up.
The trip is pretty quick thanks to Sarah, but eventually you reach the safe house on the east side, and she probably circles around a little bit to make sure that no one has eyes before like lowering down by the window, so you all can get inside.
Cynthia,
Is this the same one Trevor's at?
No, he's in a warehouse
Okay.
in a cell.
Yeah.
yeah, so Cynthia gets them in and closes, locks the door behind him. I'm picturing like this is just like kind of just a random apartment building.
Yeah.
So probably gonna just put him on the bed or whatever so he doesn't have to wake up on the floor when he wakes up more fully.
Sarah will walk over to the freezer and pull out like the bag of peas that has just been in there for years.
Yep.
Comes over and just like tosses it to Watchdog.
Everything smells like blood.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
I'm bleeding.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Before she puts the ice pack on him, Cynthia's gonna sort of lightly check his face to see what's broken.
I think. Ooh, I'm gonna be mean. He definitely has some cuts on his face from flying through the glass. Some of those are probably starting to heal a little more than you would expect. His nose definitely broke, but that has started to heal in its broken position.
All right, your nose is broken. I am going to reset it. Count of 3. You ready?
Just do it.
1. Does it anyways.
Yes.
Mm.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah. Does he need any other mildly aggressive medical care?
No, I think for the most part, he's just like bruised and bloody.
All right, buddy. Your healing factor should do the rest. Unless you manage to punch that out of you, too.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's fair. I want you to know that I'm dying to ask, but I know you like your privacy, so I'm not going to.
Okay, why not? Night can't get any fucking worse.
I mean, don't
It
jinx it.
could. We could go do crime.
I can think of a few ways
No.
it could get significantly worse in a very quick way, so let's not examine that possibility.
Fine.
Honestly, you don't want to tell me? You're safe. Your nose isn't going to heal weird.
She grabbed me off the roof because of Henry being on TV.
Yeah, it sounds like her.
And I feel like one of Joe's arms, like, reaches around a little bit, tries to, like, focus in on Sarah, and eventually he just, like, gives up because his eyes won't focus right. You heard nothing.
I'm not gonna. What, do you think I'm just gonna go tattle your secrets around everyone?
I don't know. I don't fucking know you.
I trust her. Whether or not that
I
means
may
something to
be
you.
kind of a criminal, but I'm not a fucking asshole.
It's more than you can say for Iron Maiden.
Ostensibly, one of the good guys did this to me, so...
Yeah. Ostensibly being the key
There's a
word.
moral and ethical conversation here. That's probably a little too much to get into right now.
It's fair.
I don't need another one, thanks.
Does she know that you and Henry aren't anymore?
She knows now.
Was that why she threw you? Because I imagine she'd be happy about that, given her everything.
I called her out on her shit.
Oh. I respect it. but also ouch.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm impressed you're alive.
Yeah.
Did it at
Well.
least feel good to tell her what you really think?
I don't know.
That's fair.
On the bright side, I don't think it can really get much lower than this unless you die. So there's only one direction to go, really, unless you want to go 6 feet under.
That's not.
I mean, I'd like to keep as many people who know who I am around as I can. So, you know.
She didn't attack you guys, right?
Didn't see her. We heard on the scanner that a window had been broken. Checked it out. Just one cop car. Saw something fuzzy and thrown looking in the window, and turned out to be you. So figured we'd get you out of there before the cops showed up. You don't really need that on your plate right now.
Might as well add it.
Nope. No need to add excess. We've got enough problems to deal with right now. Take the nihilism and shove it up your ass. We've got stuff to do. You probably need to sleep, though, so. You want me to knock you out?
I feel like his one good eye turns to look at you like, don't.
Okay. Figured I'd offer. If you want to stew here in your own misery, be my guest.
I want my girlfriend back.
Yeah, that's fair. Is that something you've been trying to do?
Yeah.
Well, good luck. I hope you've got a good way to prove you're trustworthy.
I don't.
I was afraid you'd say that. Trust's a hard commodity to come around these days.
Yeah. Tell my dad I'm okay. I had to throw my
course.
communicator off the building.
You did or she did?
I did.
Which building?
Tall one.
The one you were on?
No, that was like 2 buildings ago.
There's a lot of tall buildings around here. I need you to be more specific.
I don't fucking know, okay?
Was it tall enough that it was destroyed on impact?
I don't like it.
Alright, I'm not gonna worry about it then.
Just let my dad know I'm okay.
I will. Do you want to call him? Or do you want me to? You can use my communicator if you want to.
If he wants to talk to me, fine.
But you want me to relay the message?
Yeah, just let him know I'm not gonna be there.
Of course. She's gonna take her communicator and step outside just the bedroom to a place in the apartment where a little more privacy.
Mhm.
And since I believe they did give his dad a spare communicator.
Yes.
She's pretty much given them to everybody at this point.
Yeah.
She's gonna ring him on it.
Okay. rings a couple seconds before he's like, hello?
This is Echo.
Not really sure what the protocol is here.
You're doing fine. Joe wanted me to let you know that he's in a safe house for the moment, taking a nap, essentially. He's had a night. He's fine. You want to talk to him, you can, but he won't be back around tonight. I think he needs some space to process things.
He's up to it. I'd like to talk to him. But
All right. He did begrudgingly say he'd be up for it. She'll walk into the room and say to Joe, he does in fact want to talk to you. Might have something to do with us having me relay a message that you're not coming back, but you're safe. Raises a lot of questions.
Yeah.
She'll hand it over, and if Sarah's still in the room, she's gonna usher her out just to give him some privacy, because
I think you actually have to like grab Sarah and pull her.
I'm just like, come on. I love her.
Fine.
Be nosy later.
I feel like Joe pushes himself upright.
Right before she leaves, Cynthia looks at him and she's like, don't throw that out the window. And leaves.
Watchdog here.
Hey. Watchdog, I'm not really sure if we're supposed to use names. Buddy, how...
Not in public, you can just say Joe.
Are you okay, Joey?
Am I human, Dad? Have I ever been human?
I'll say there's still a lot of unknowns when it comes to werewolves. But I think we're human. However you want to embrace that humanity is up to you. But being a werewolf is just part of who we are.
This isn't how I wanted it to go. I wanted to go back home and wanted to go camping again. And learn how to ride a horse. Go see a movie. Everything's wrong.
Do you want to come back to Arizona?
I think so, but at least up until recently I had a life here. God only knows how much of that's left at this point.
Were you happy with how everything was?
No. That was better.
It can still be better. It won't be exactly the same, but it could be more of what you want.
Listen, I kind of got the shit kicked out of me. I think I need some sleep.
You want to be alone?
No, but she's not gonna want to be here. If you want to come here, I guess. I don't mind.
Okay.
Love you, Dad.
Love you too, Joey. I'll be there soon.
Joe just like leans back into the bed and just whatever tears he's managed to regenerate at this point are just right back out again.
I imagine he's like half dehydrated from how much he's cried this
Oh
day.
yeah, absolutely.
He's
Oh,
the
definitely.
sailing drip stat. Does Eugene tell us anything or ask us to take him to the place or?
You just see him looking very determined. He strides through the base and leaves. Well, he'll probably be like, I'll be back later.
Buddy system, where are you going? Why is everybody abandoning the buddy system,
I'm
Roxy's
going
having a
to-
meltdown about the fucking buddy system now. Like, she's just like, no, you don't have to go nowhere. We have a buddy system. I'm coming with you.
I'm going to.
No,
like-
we're not abandoning the goddamn buddy system.
He's just like, I'm going to go retrieve my buddy.
Yeah, well, you need a buddy to go get your buddy.
Roxy.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna follow you either way, so.
God.
Safety over autonomy, sorry.
Can I at least implore you to be.
He's already mad at me. I can't let anything happen to you. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
I'll be fine.
Also, let's get the peanut butter ice cream before we. He'll probably want that. That's actually why he's mad at me, but like, you know what? He's gonna need peanut butter ice cream. I just feel like he will.
He just shakes his head and is like,
I'm sorry, Sylvie.
Sylvie just looks up at Roxy and is like, just go.
Are you sure? You okay? Don't leave
No.
without anybody. Oh, I'll be back, okay? All right. Just Roxy's like, I don't know, my head's gonna explode. There's too many problems.
You can collect the ice cream and head out with Eugene.
Yeah, he can get on the back of the bike or whatever. And vroom,
Yeah.
vroom.
And take off. Sylvie, you were left alone.
I
You're
think
just-
there is a good portion of Sylvie that debates leaving because everyone's mad at her and she knows it's not going to end well. But she did just get instructed by Roxy to stay put. And
Roxy doesn't bark orders like that very often.
that, and she realizes that they're like, if she breaks it at this point, she's losing the only ally that she is potentially having at this point. So
Roxy is the least mad about her soul being sold.
I think Sylvie, I think she shifts into her like least threatening form and just like curls up and tries to sleep. Also, for the record, the plants are always spectacular in the base.
Yes.
They are looking sickly and wilting, and they are not looking great.
What is Sylvie's least threatening form?
I think she looks a lot like Freya, because
Well-
Freya has endeared herself to the rest of the team, and at this point, that it like a fluffy house cat is probably
Yeah. Kitten.
yeah.
Curl up as a cat.
We can't even be mad at her when she looks like a kitten. What the fuck?
You-
That's smart.
Cynthia elsewhere, try me.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Cynthia's had a day too. It's been a rough one.
Yeah.
Sylvie, you
This team is
sense
that day.
you sense movement next to you as Freya creeps closer.
I
She-
think Sylvie cracks an eye open, like suspiciously.
Freya sits there like she had been doing for a while on the coffee table, just kind of like looking down at you. Just waits to kind of see how you react initially, or if you're just going to keep watching her.
Basically, I think after a point, like Sylvie is kind of just so resigned that she like flicks an ear and closes her eyes.
Okay. Another couple of seconds pass before you feel slight pressure on your forehead, which you recognize as a cat paw. And there is a flash of light and an almost violent sensation change. When you open your eyes, you find yourself in that same field that you dreamed about a while ago.
Oh,
But this time, it is covered in snow. The tree you had been under does not have any leaves. You see the girl that you were with, Freya. She is dressed in furs, has a heavy coat on and boots on, and she has a hunting bow and a sling of arrows across her back. She kind of breathes out a little bit, trying to warm her hands as she rubs them together. Just looking out across this field.
I think Sylvie looks down at herself.
You're also dressed in warm weather gear, furs, boots.
As I scan the field, is this familiar?
It's familiar in two ways. Familiar because you have dreamed of this place before. But pushing deeper, you have a stronger sense of having been here before that goes beyond just having dreamt about it.
I guess Sylvie will look at Freya and ask, what is this place?
She looks over you and smiles and says, funny question. This is home. I mean, we have our cabin and our village, and she gestures behind you, and you look over your shoulder and you see the house from before. Smoke coming out of the chimney, the rooftop covered in snow, and what you didn't notice before but now see is that there are even more houses beyond it, and what looks to be a small community or village.
What time is this place?
Freya tilts her head and gives you a quizzical look. And says that's a bit of a strange question. We just passed our winter festival, so pretty soon the new year will be upon us. Which will be 12:43.
AD or BC? I fully realize this may or may not exist at this point. I don't know what dating
Yeah,
system.
she just looks a little confused with that.
What is Sylvie's earliest memory as a fae? What time period?
Before time existed.
Have you decided how old Sylvie is?
Sylvie, I'm thinking she's been in the human world a couple centuries, but she was relatively new before that.
Okay.
But if this is what I think it is,
We'll say that you probably... I mean, the earliest memories you have of experiencing the human world are in, like, probably the 1700s at this point, because the passage of time is so weird between the Fae realm and Earth. It's hard to say when those dates would align.
but this looks like Earth, from what I can tell. Or does this look like the Fae realm?
I'd imagine that the Fae realm doesn't experience seasons the way Earth does. I think there are different areas that just have one perpetual season. So
Yeah.
You have like your constant summer, your constant spring, your constant fall, and then your
So
forever
the fact
winter.
that there are seasons
So.
stands out.
It's the same place that looks like it has experienced different seasons, so could be Earth, unless this is the Fae realm and some weird fucked up shit's going on.
Okay. Freya, who were you to me before you were a cat?
What do you mean?
Because this is all familiar. But not in a way I exactly remember.
She steps forward and kind of peers at you. Are you feeling okay? She like pulls off a glove and will like kind of touch your forehead. You're not coming down with the sickness, are you?
As far as I'm aware, I can't get sick.
Maybe we should head back early. Come on. We can warm up some milk and have a nice hot drink.
Sylvie will nod her assent and follow.
Yeah, Freya will lead you back towards the house.
Oh, Charlie, one last question. Now, seeing as we're still outside,
Mhm.
and I've mentioned it before, does Sylvie feel cold in this memory? It's winter. She's outside.
You do feel cold.
That's what I thought.
But Freya brings you back to the house, and just as she's opening the door, and you hear a woman's voice say, Freya, and it just kind of Freya, and will kind of trail off and fade before there's that another flash of light, and you come back to yourself as a cat, and you're in the base.
I think Sylvie shivers, but doesn't really. There's a lot being processed in her brain right now, and this was even more.
I need the brain cell back. Who has it right now?
She definitely is. Her eyes are wide open, and she's looking wide-eyed at Freya.
Freya just stares back.
And I actually think this Sylvie isn't a cat anymore, though. I think this was enough to startle her out of a form.
Okay.
And I think the only thing she can say is what, and I think she just repeats it over and over as she's trying to figure out what she was just shown.
This Freya does not have any words to respond with and just looks at you.
I think eventually when she gets her words back, I think she says, "What did they do to me?" Before she just goes quiet.
I think that's where we'll wrap up that scene. And Roxy and Eugene are flying through the streets to the safe house.
Mm-hmm.
Is Cynthia going to stick around after the call wraps up, or?
I guess it depends on what he tells her. Because if he tells her that Eugene is coming, she's probably gonna stick around until Eugene gets there, just because she's like, I'm not sure this guy should be alone right now. Last time she left him alone, he got thrown through a window, so.
I don't think Jola comes to get you at any point.
Eventually, I think when she stops hearing muffled voices, she'll go and retrieve her communicator because she doesn't trust you with it.
Yeah.
She's gonna give him those mitten clips.
He's not asleep, but he does not stop her from just taking it. There's like tears streaming out of one eye, and there's like the occasional droplet sneaking out of the swollen one.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, but wouldn't even know where to start.
I think that's reasonable. She'll so she's not like looming over him or anything. She'll just take a seat at like the foot of the bed. She's facing probably the windows.
Joe's like not looking at you, he's just like staring into space at this point.
She's not looking at him. She's keeping herself like facing the windows so he has slightly more space to contemplate. She takes her hood down and takes the face mask bit off. Just gets her hair back in place.
Mask hair.
Yeah. She is wearing a domino under the face mask.
My God.
Mask under mask.
Well, I mean, in episode
Russian
1,
nesting.
she had to have her full head mask taken off, so she's taking precautions.
She's got Russian nesting masks.
Takes off a mask. There's another one.
There's
There's
another
another
mask.
one. There's another one.
I'm pretty sure my life's over. After I talked to Coach, I don't know what I'm gonna have left.
Tell him.
I should tell him. I've been cheating.
And they discriminate by not letting people with powers play. I say fair game. Do you use your powers when you play?
I don't have a choice.
Strength, durability.
Yeah. I haven't had to really try at practice for years now. Sucks.
Not having to try? Or feeling like you get things that you don't feel like you worked for?
Both.
You are one of the most dedicated people I know. You care about that team. You care about your life. Your human one. Anyways. I wouldn't say that you haven't worked for it. Show up at practices, even if you didn't necessarily have to. You captain the team, from what I know, pretty well. Learned how to be a leader. Learned how to coordinate on the field. A lot of parts of being a quarterback are things that can be affected by strength and durability. But your sense for the game, your leadership abilities. It's not tied to your powers. That's just you. It's not perfect, but very few things in life are. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But telling him is a risk, especially when so many other parts of your life are in turmoil. I guess I'm just saying, if you wanted to keep something for yourself, at least for a little while, I wouldn't blame you.
It's already gone, Cynthia. I was gone for too long.
Did he say he wouldn't let you back?
I didn't have the chance to talk to him.
Well, then there's a chance.
There's gonna be questions. God, Reyes. Ugh.
You had a family emergency. And I don't think you'd be the first person to neglect to mention certain things in such a situation.
I don't know what I'd do without the game.
And I think it's worth a shot. If you can keep it, then I think you should try to. And if you can't, we can figure something out. But I don't think giving up is the answer.
I can't fix anything. Echo, I can't.
I hate to tell you this, but that's often the human condition. The world is complicated.
You're assuming I'm human.
Are any of us? What is a human? I think in a world as complicated as this, it's a little harder to define. And, at least from my perspective, even if you're not, so what? I don't think it matters. Unless you want it to.
How'd you do it?
Do what?
How'd you decide that the real you was the fake one? Cynthia Evans was the mask for Echo.
After After my parents sent me to that place, I don't think I was the same person when I came back. I don't think I could have been. So that person's the mask. And it lets the rest of me go on.
I feel like Joe raises a hand.
It's not the same. You have a lot of people who love you, no matter which you it is. I think there's value in that. You don't have to be always running away or bitter and jaded. Maybe it worked for me, but you don't have to. If you want both, and you want both to matter, I think it's possible. I left parts of myself behind on purpose. But it's not a requirement. And it might not be the answer.
I wish it was leaving things behind and not having them ripped away.
You know, when I was born, they didn't know I had powers. Not initially. Sometimes I wonder if they loved me then. And then they just stopped. Doesn't matter now, but I don't think the things that have been ripped away for you are necessarily as permanent as all that. I don't think you've lost Henry forever. I don't think you have to give up football as a thing you love. I don't think you're close to having had your parents, any of them, ripped away. There are good things in your life. Important things. But you need to fight for it. And I understand the self-doubt, the self-pity, and wanting things to just stop for a little while. But you have to keep going. It's just how it works. You need to cry. You need to scream. Do it. Whatever gets you through.
And
Because if
Ross
you
just
stop-
showed up now and just bust through the door with spoons and ice cream.
No,
Okay.
not unless you completely disregard what Eugene's gonna say.
That's fair.
So, if you won't believe in you, I believe in you. So believe in me.
I did this to myself, didn't I?
Some of it. Not all of it.
I had to go with Coyote.
I get the impression there's a story there.
There's a lot of stories.
Well, if you ever feel like telling him, I'm here to listen. That's what a teammate does. And maybe even what a friend does. But that's your call. And she'll just stand up because doesn't want to put him on the spot too much for that.
Cynthia?
Mhm.
Thanks.
No problem. And she'll head back out to the living room.
Okay.
If you'll allow me, Charlie, I feel as though a team move has been activated here.
Yeah, we could probably say so.
You share a vulnerability or weakness with someone. Tell them a secret about who you really are. Give them influence and shift your mundane up and your mess label down. So, you get influence, which means you get to shift me again after I do this shift.
Yep. If you have something in mind, feel free to share it, or you can think on it.
Question. Does that also count as... Yes, hello. Does that also count as sharing a vulnerability on my end? Or...
I mean, I would say so. That you don't really, you have not really talked about your past, so.
Okay, for that one, it's when you share a vulnerability or weakness with somebody, tell them a secret about your mentor, including your feelings towards them. Give them influence over you and add a team to the pool. So if you have a thought, you can go first, or if you want me to go first, that also works.
We're up to 16.
16.
I think... Yeah, if I'm shifting your labels, definitely mundane up and we'll say freak down.
All right, that's fair. That is coincidentally also the shift I had for you.
Okay.
Did you get conditioned?
Nope.
Nice.
Just barely.
What secret about Hecate are you going to share?
I think what she'll say is, after the camp, Hecate saved me. She's been more of a mother to me than my mother ever was. More of a parent to me than either of mine ever were. And I don't know if she feels the same, but the people in our lives matter. They're what keep us going. But you've got to make sure that they do matter. In this job, we live and die by the strength of our allies.
All we do is hurt him.
No. We sometimes do. Sometimes we help them. Sometimes they help us. It's hard to keep going when you're alone. It's easier to keep going when you have strong bonds. Especially in a city like this. Not everyone's going to care, but you got to find the people who do. You got to fight for it. Just like everything.
Okay. Can I get help with one last thing here?
Sure.
Sleeping in this form's a little difficult. Need something to. Oh no. Hold on to while I shift back because this is gonna hurt.
Something to bite, something to.
I'd say something to bite, but you know, kind of shows his like super sharp teeth.
Yeah, that's fair. So just something to hold then?
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't know if they've actually tested this. What?
Oh, yeah.
Just give him Roxy.
Yeah, throw one of the more cuddly teammates at him. Here, hold her. She's a hugger.
I mean, there are pillows. You could give him a pillow.
All right, yeah, she's take a few pillows and be like, these don't need to survive the night. Knock yourself out.
Cool. Oh shit! Joe shift back, and there are a few uncomfortable pops and groans in that.
Okay. Well, while we leave Joe there,
Hello, sir.
Elena.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Sorry
Oh.
to have left you sitting there all of this time. What do you do after hanging out with Natalie? Do you just go back to your room?
Yeah. She just gives vague directions for designs, and after sandwiches and tea, says she'll take dinner in her room. It's been quite a long day, and she'll go up there, where I'm assuming upstairs, or maybe she's already on the second floor, but she'll go into her room.
Let's be real, there's probably 3 floors.
It's a small estate,
It's a small estate. They have to have at least 3 floors.
So one of these days I'll build it in The Sims right after I build my Taylor Swift stuff.
Okay. But eventually Bertram brings up your dinner. Get a knock on the door. He waits for you to tell him to come in before opening it. And he'll carry... I'm assuming there's probably like a little small table with a couple of chairs. He'll carry the tray over and set it down. So, you be needing anything else, Miss Elena?
No, thank you.
He stands there for a moment, just kind of glancing around the room. And says, "You seemed a bit troubled this evening. Is there any assistance I could provide? Anything I can do for you?"
She told Bertram. I don't know if Bertram knows.
About what, you being a superhero?
Yeah. He must, honestly, at this point.
He's picked us up from some really weird places. Otherwise,
That's fair. Hattie.
I would think that you never outright told him, and maybe, I don't know, maybe you think that you're doing a great job flying under the radar and making up excuses. I don't know.
Just flying into the house sometimes, though. So
Maybe she's just like, I'm so discreet. No one but Natalie knows. No one but Natalie could possibly know.
No, not tonight, I think. The whole registration thing and then that rock guy attacking downtown. It's just a lot going on. But that seems to be halcyon.
Yeah, villain attacks are certainly one thing, but super powered registries are not a daily occurrence.
No.
A little surprised that it seems to be affecting you so much.
It's important, be involved in your local going-ons. Especially when these matters impact your friends and family. Daddy.
Of course. Just stand there for a moment and then sigh and say, well, there's... If you ever need to talk to someone who's not Natalie, well, if there's anything I can do to help, I'm at your service.
She like gives him a squint. You know, don't you? I feel like she's definitely had him bring costumes to the penthouse before.
I think he just gets this little smile, and there's definitely a twinkle in his eye, and he says, Miss Elena, whatever could you be talking about?
Nothing. Back up, Bertram. Have a good nap.
I'll be up later for your dishes.
Okay. Yeah.
And he will make his exit. What's sort of going through Elena's mind?
She'll pick at dinner.
That's happened.
And then go through. The whole building collapsed when she was a kid, so I can't imagine she has much. But she'll go through what stuff she does have, maybe like a picture or two.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever she had in her suitcase or something like that. And just look out the window at the stars. Hattie, you gotta stop crying. I know, it's very sad.
As you're looking out to the stars, I think there's a little part of you that just feel a little tug.
Homesick.
That and just something from space and the stars calling to you.
Probably should have left a note for Roxy. She's going to be so upset about the buddy system.
You do have a communicator.
Yeah. I do. She'll dig out. She'll just look out at the little tug there's always like a little Roxy tug there, so she'll get out her communicator and give Roxy a call because she did break the buddy system that they've been imposing on poor Roxy.
She just answers, and there's the sound of wind whipping by the communicator. She's like, "Hello."
You got Calamity.
Hello.
What's shaking
Um,
you making? It's Calamity on the line.
She's like a radio host now. A morning radio
She's
show.
gonna start her own radio show. All the best superhero news.
I mean, to
Coming
be
to
fair,
you from
Jukebox
Halcyon
Justice
Six.
sounds like it would be a superhero-themed radio show, does it not?
Yeah.
I'm just
fair.
saying, Roxy's got to make a lot of life decisions now. College is done. The other Roxy has the job at the is the mechanic, so now she's got to make life choices. So, I mean, she was leaning towards trophy wife, but radio DJ works too. All right. Where were you? You broke the buddy system.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. After the whole Valkyrie news, I just needed some air and I went home.
Buddy system. What if you just teleport somewhere without us again? And everybody's just breaking the buddy system today. First it was Watchdog, and
Well,
then
when I come back, I will come with Bertram, and that is a buddy.
and then I sort of kidnapped Eugene because he was gonna break the buddy system too.
No, you cannot kidnap people.
Eugene just behind you, like, it's not kidnapping. I was going. You're just like an uninvited guest. This is not like reverse kidnapping.
Just an uninvited
Okay,
guest.
I'm an uninvited guest. He's on my bike. All right. But I don't like this. And Echo tried to break the buddy system, and I can't know. If we don't follow the buddy system, it's all gonna fall apart.
Eddie, let's go. Oh, you
Hattie got
Hattie,
stuck by a
let's
couch
go.
cushion. Very traumatic.
That poor
my gosh.
dog.
You never
Echo-
trust couch cushions again.
Echo
Yeah.
broke the buddy system?
Well, she tried, but Sarah followed her.
Oh, then everybody has. Well, Sylvie, Valkyrie does not have buddy.
Freya's there. Technically, that's a buddy.
Does that count as a buddy?
I think so. I don't know anymore. Eugene was gonna break it. Sylvie had Freya. I had to make choices, and I'm stressed out.
That's fair. I don't think Eugene, I feel, is exempt from the buddy system. He is an adult.
No, none of you are exempt anymore. I'm putting my foot
Okay.
down. This
Okay.
is enough. Enough is enough.
I
Something
will-
happened with Watchdog. I don't know what, but something happened.
Is he okay?
I don't know.
Roxy's
Well.
having a precious moment where everyone has to be in the same room.
Does Precious have the same energy as Roxy? Absolutely. This is
Well-
I just need you all to get along because I'm having a breakdown here.
Okay. If you what I
I
can't
love you, but maybe you're safer there. Maybe if you,
for tonight. If you
maybe
need
Bertram
me
can
with
drop you off in the
Watchdog-
morning or something.
Yeah, if I am needed at the watchdog situation,
I think
call.
he's safe. I don't know.
Okay.
Is he
And then-
safe? Eugene, I don't know what's going on.
He's
Nobody
safe.
tells me anything. She's driving so fast on this bike and like talking on the phone. It's probably highly
Super safe.
She's like, he heals, I heal, it's fine. As long as the bike doesn't get hurt. Yeah. He's
I should
fine.
have just run.
This is
It would have
horrible.
been safer if he ran.
Probably. I might owe Sylvie an apology too, though, because I think I yelled at her a little bit. Not as much as Echo did, though.
If we are all going to have a sit down and talk about this,
Yeah, I think so.
and then maybe after the sit down and talk, we have a very loud yelling discussion.
With lasagna and breadsticks.
Or yeah, and maybe throw some
In the
cars
gym.
around.
Yeah. First, comfort carbs, then we can throw cars. That might make Joe feel better.
Comfort carbs and comfort cars.
That's Roxy's bread and butter.
And well, tomorrow I will adhere to the buddy system and I will bring Bertram probably
Thank you.
when I come back home.
Okay. Maybe you should bring some more tea. We might need tea. I don't know. I can't get drunk, so that's what I would do right now if I could, but I can't. So that makes life even harder. Or not harder. I'm not really sure. It's a lot to think about. I just found out that I think I have a soul, so I'm just sort of here floating.
Does that mean you must be the original Roxy unless clones can have souls?
I don't know.
This opens up a whole bunch of
There's so many questions. I have a lot of questions. Also, like, how do you extract a soul? What's the process? Do you have to die for that to happen? What if we never
think so.
die? What if I never die? And then all your
Then-
souls go somewhere and I can't go with you and then I'm stuck here forever.
Well, I don't. That is probably a question and discussion for when you are not driving.
Cue existential crisis while going very fast on a motorcycle.
Someone honks and you just like
Shit!
Screaming.
Uh. Can you hear that?
no.
Okay, good.
There's a cat
All right.
screaming.
No, Caleb is.
That's
He's
new.
playing vampire upstairs.
Oh,
Okay.
boo.
Apparently it was getting heated. All right. So, all right. Okay. I love you. Please don't teleport away. My heart will be sad. And you guys don't want me to get sad because it will make everybody sad. I have the biggest puppy eyes. That's what Tony says.
I don't think we can. I will not teleport there.
Okay.
Drive safe.
I will. Just like dodging around cars and shit. Eugene's like, this is the worst experience of my life.
Where's the barf bag?
I don't have any of those. Just lean that way. Puke into the, like, away from the window, like with the wind, not against the wind, because then it'll just right back in your face, and that's a problem.
All right. Is that the only person Elena wanted to call?
Yeah, she already talked to Echo.
Okay. Do you really eat much of your dinner, or is it pretty untouched?
Not really. She just kind of picks at it.
Eventually, Bertram returns to collect the dishes. And just kind of hums a little at seeing the food moved around strategically on the plate. But he will say, would you like a cup of tea before bed?
No, thank you.
He bows a little bit and will make his exit. You can have the evening to yourself.
She sleeps.
Okay.
Stays up for as late as she can until she gets tired. And just sleeps.
Okay. And I think that is a good place to end our session.
Roxy bursting through the apartment door with spoons and ice cream. Just
Hmm.
that's the picture I like to think.
Oh,
And
there is one thing.
Eugene looking very sick.
One thing I'll leave us with. There's a little panel at the end of Tony looking down at a business card. The name on it. I'm gonna butcher this. Says John Wolfishusius, werewolf lawyer at Paw. And he just sighs and tears it in half.
Oh.
Sorry, lawyer at Paw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at Paw.
Yeah.
Attorney at Paw.
Attorney at Paw.
I'm going to draw these business cards.
Attorney
Can
at
that be our
Paw,
new
Paw,
merch
lawyer
item?
at Paw. I don't know.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm dying. Anyway.
Did Caleb send that to you?
I'm dead inside.
We might have to ban him from redeeming any more tickets.
Restrict his channel points.
I was about to say put a hard cap on that.
That was
Anyway.
What a nice, light, and fun session.
Yes!
Woo!
Got to drop a few things in there.
Yeah.
How we feeling?
It's gonna be fun to process through all of
fun.
Sylvie's crap in the next couple sessions.
The good news is the worst possible scenario with Joe was actually avoided.
What's that?
We'll see if it lasts the next session.
I was gonna say I have agendas to ruin your life. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
There's a to-do list that Roxy worked on with Sylvie.
Echo bops her on the head with a newspaper.
We have Joe pretty much hitting rock bottom.
Is that his rock bottom?
Most of the team are very upset at Sylvie.
Mhm.
Sylvie learning some concerning things about herself. And Bertram being suspicious.
Dude, I'm telling you, Roxy has good instincts about people. Bertram sus.
It's
The butler is sus.
The butler did it.
He's the alpha. I'm just
He's
kidding.
as likely as anyone else.
I mean, I actually don't think that Bertram's the alpha, but I do think that he might low-key be a superhero or an undercover super.
he's involved somehow, tangibly.
At least, yeah. He's not just a butler.
Right. I am the butler. And he peels off his skin and he's the Terminator.
Oh my god.
I'll be back with your tea.
Asteroids fall, everybody dies. Well, okay, planning a new campaign.
The Butler Chronicles.
No.
There isn't some like little indie RPG out there by that name. I think I'm gonna make it. Basically just like, oh, what's the name of that
Trademarked
one?
here on TFT.
What's the name of that one anime? It's like
Describe it.
I always remember it as like Oren because that's like it's the same spelling in Pokemon for the berry, but it's like
Or in High School Host Club or something.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
The harem show? The
Yeah.
reverse harem show? That what we're talking about?
I mean, the bloopers for it are friggin' hilarious.
I was gonna. Okay.
I was
So
about to say, like,
ridiculous.
I don't
every
judge people's anime
LGBT, like, weeb that I ever cosplayed with absolutely adored that show, and it was their comfort show, for the record.
That's hilarious.
Turn that into an RPG.
Yes. Turn poly. It's a random polycule generator.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Anyway, who wants to go first?
I volunteer as tribute.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like this one's obvious here. Joe definitely grew close to the team, specifically Cynthia.
Yep.
Congratulations, you broke the assumption Joe had about Cynthia for like ever since that phone call in the other world where she stormed off. He has just been assuming that you just like willfully rejected the identity of Cynthia. But now he's like, oh, yeah, trauma.
Wait a minute. I thought.
Oh, so he
I
thought it was
had
just like
problems.
arbitrary.
Yeah, he thought that was just like a
She
choice
just
you had
chose
made.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough, I suppose, from his perspective, but wrong.
No, that's. Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations. You may yet get Joe to form a healthy relationship with you.
That's one healthy relationship that he's had.
We got one.
I'm so
Hopefully we can
potentially
slowly
proud of
collect the
him.
rest.
Yes.
God.
His way to a good place. Healing isn't. It's not easy or linear process. It usually gets worse before it gets better.
But you do already have influence over me, so shiftity doodah. Oh, and I will clear a condition.
Valid.
What? You don't want to keep them?
Oh, get them out. I feel like clearing angry makes sense here.
That's fair. Okay, so this is kind of like some twisty logic, but I'm going to say superior down and danger up. Mostly because he's a danger to himself and wasn't really thinking things through with the general vibe of the superior label, in her opinion.
Well, that's a condition for moi.
Haha!
When anyone comes back, what do you have marked?
I've got guilty and insecure marked currently.
Didn't you clear guilty?
Hey.
I cleared hopeless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I misspoke there.
Guilty and insecure.
Maybe afraid.
I kind of want to just give hopeless back because I feel like you're just like everything's awful and sucks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm
Makes
sorry.
sense. No.
Unless you want to feel, unless your like little roots of injustice are starting to sprout from that interaction with Iron Maiden.
Ooh.
We
Well,
can go with angry.
I feel like that would require Joe disagreeing with the judgment, so I think I'm gonna stick with hopeless.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say he seems more hopeless right now. He's just like, kill me. Like,
Put me out
Can
of my
he just
misery.
clear hopeless?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
the poor boy has no
Masks,
hope.
baby.
What?
I mean, I will say, I did have that line at the start of him laying into Iron Maiden prepared for a long time. Because I thought of that early on, and I was like, oh, I'm saving that. That's a good one.
I guess I'll take Sylvie next because she grew into a version of herself? Is it really her own version of herself? She has no idea. But she's definitely feeling like a freak in this situation. The Fae have basically said she's splitting her soul and not doing a normal thing for the Fae. And she's come out to she's basically talked to all of the humans that she trusts, save for Watchdog at this point, and is losing those connections too. So and that little revelation at the end totally just threw her whole worldview onto its head. So freak up and mundane down for my label shit.
Just her being like, what did they do to me? Love it.
I feel like I legitimately jump scared you guys a couple times this episode.
That, at least for me, yes.
Sorry.
I definitely thought he was going to jump off the roof when he was like, I'm going to find the tallest building that I can sit on. I'm like, oh my God, dude. No.
No, that's a thing I discussed with Charlie like a while back. That is something that he does just unwind, is just like let the barriers down and just absorb it all. Become one with the universe.
I have mine figured out because I grew closer to myself.
Woo!
Yay! I'm gonna move my danger down and my mundane up. Had some very nice self-reflection today.
Elena took tea time. Sylvie had a traumatic flashback.
And
Joe got his ass
finally
kicked.
have some negative numbers.
Roxy had a panic attack about the buddy system breaking up, and
Cynthia stormed out of the base for the second time in a
He had
day.
Yeah.
had a anger outburst. So we're feeling our feelings, folks.
Feelings.
Speaking of Cynthia,
Emotions.
no surprise to anyone, we're going to go with grew away from the team, specifically from Sylvie.
Yep.
Because she's not happy.
So Sylvie no longer has influence over Cynthia. Wow. All of Sylvie's influence has just gone kaput.
Yep.
Aww.
She only has influence over Roxy now.
Oh no.
Which is like the free space on a bingo board.
Yeah, basically.
Except I'm fully expecting Roxy to take it too, so.
Joe doesn't have influence over Roxy, actually.
Yeah.
He lost his free face on the bingo
Yeah.
board. For yelling at her about peanut butter ice cream. She's still gonna shove that in your face. Like, not like literally, but like,
Please don't try to
Sir.
force feed him.
sir, you're very sad. Here, have this ice cream. It's a good coping skill. I mean, not the best coping skill, but it's better than other things.
Whatever the hell you've been up to thus far.
However you've been coping so far, this one's better.
Gestures at him. It's better than whatever the hell this is.
Yeah, whatever you're doing there, why
Yeah.
is your face beat up? What the fuck? This is not a good way to cope.
First appearance of Iron Maiden, though.
I can't wait to see if he tells her how his face got broke.
We'll see.
Yeah, that was first time I got to play Iron Maiden.
She's a dick. I can't wait to
Yeah.
punch her.
I was like, please don't kill Joe before I tell him that his soul potentially goes.
That's
to
gonna
the
be
Fey
one
realm.
hell of a way for him to find out.
And B,
And now
please
he
don't
has a
die,
soul.
Joe.
Do that right when we're in a fight with Iron Maiden, and then like dodge around.
Would this fix
so
his
that she's in
existential
between.
crisis? Maybe.
Who knows? All right, Roxy. So I've gone back and forth on this because I'm like, I don't even know what there's a lot. There was a fucking lot. But I think she's gonna grow into her own image a little bit. Because yes, she's having an existential crisis on the bike while she's driving Eugene at unreasonably fast speeds. And he may or may not be getting motorcycle sickness. But she's held it together thus far, and she didn't like yell at Sylvie. I mean, she didn't tell her to stay, but that's because she was fraying at the ends with the buddy system falling apart and everything falling apart. I guess Roxy's allowed to have a bad day too. This time she didn't throw Joe into a car, so I think that we are improving.
Pretty good
Yeah.
bad day.
Yeah.
Shouldn't hurt anybody.
It's ostensibly an improvement over the last one.
The last time she tossed him into a car, so we are dealing with our feelings a little bit better than we have in the past.
Joe really is the one who just gets all the physical punishment, isn't he?
Roxy can't. Well, I guess she could throw Sylvie into a car. I was gonna say she can't throw the rest of them into a car.
Yeah, you could probably throw Sylvie into a car.
I was gonna say, like, physically, I think only Joe and Sylvie could take, like, Roxy tossing them into something.
But I mean, even beyond that, like,
physically,
Joe just got bodily carried off a roof and then punched through a window across a street, essentially.
On the bright
That was a couple
side,
streets over.
she didn't even throw you as hard as Roxy did, which is good because that means Roxy can throw somebody farther.
Yeah, that's how you're gonna defeat Iron Maiden. Bitch, I can throw farther than you.
I'm gonna yeet her. I'm gonna yeet her in the ocean. We'll just drop kick her into the ocean. Just
She can fly.
trebuchet. No, well,
Can she swim?
we put magnets in the ocean.
We leave her exposed to water so she starts to rust.
I don't think any of us know how magnets work.
I would assume that Cynthia does, that she's a physics major, but
I was about to say, Sylvie also took physics, specifically because Cynthia took physics.
Roxy kind of knows how magnets work because that's how you pop out dents in cars and shit.
How you
know?
cheat on tests, magnets.
Jenna, did you actually say what you're doing for end of session?
I'm growing into my own image, and I'm going to what are we doing here? Okay. I think I'm going to what makes the most sense here? I can't down superior anymore. She's definitely not superior. I'm gonna down. She's less of a freak, so I'm gonna put freak down, which I hate for myself, but it makes the most sense. And then mundane up.
A whole lot of mundane increases tonight.
Yeah.
We're real boys. I mean, people, whatever. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Ed.
Little.
Thank you, everyone. We're at that point in the stream.
We sure
Thank you,
are.
everyone, for joining us this evening for the return of Jukebox Justice. Join us
Yay.
Thursday for more Tales from the Loop. See how that's going in general. And then next week, we'll be missing masks again, but we'll be playing a Persona
Yeah.
game
I don't know how to pronounce it.
by Craig. There'll be more info next week. So anyway, thanks for joining us. Hope you have a good time ahead of you, whatever you may be doing, wherever that may be.
Do spoopy stuff.
Spooky
and-
season.
Get in the
Yeah.
Halloween spirit.
Eat some ice cream and cry in honor of us.
Yes.
But only spooky ice cream.
But don't go getting yourself yeeted off of a building like Joe.
Don't do that.
Do not
that's a
piss
bad idea.
off a super strong potential mother-in-law. Like, oof.
Yeah, please don't.
Bad time. Bad time.
Put magnets in her front yard. What's wrong with you?
Until we see you next. Bye-bye.
Bye.